Hello, everybody. We're back.
We're back from Colombia.
We made it.
Safe and sound, guys. Safe and sound.
Thank God. Welcome back to episode number 4.
Yeah, number 4. I'm Erandy,
And I'm Julie.
and we're your host of Just Energia.
So we're so excited to have you guys here, and we're so excited to talk to you guys about our trip.
Yeah, there were some things in this trip that, well, starting off, what was your expectation of Colombia?
My expectation was, I was scared. I was expecting the complete opposite of what actually happened, just because my brother kind of tried to educate me on the country and stuff,
Yeah.
which I understand and stuff. But I was kind of scared because se oye muchas malas cosas. I didn't expect it to be so much like Mexico, but different in a way. But overall, it was a beautiful country.
Yeah.
What about you?
My expectations going in, I knew for a fact, like, everywhere you go, you have to be careful. You can't just be like, oh, it's a safe country, because there's always going to be a bad neighborhood somewhere, you know? So I wasn't, like, too, like, scared on that. I was just, like, more like, okay, like, what I'm picturing, is it going to be like that? Because I saw, like, TikToks or whatever, but it wasn't, like nothing crazy. And then towards maybe the night before, I was like, wait, like, is it actually safe? Was when, like, literally the night before was when I was like, is this actually safe? Like, but other than that, the whole planning of it, I was just like, no, it's fine. It's just like, we're gonna go on another trip, whatever.
But you know, the funny thing is that I've never watched the series like on Netflix.
Me neither.
So I had no idea. I knew it was like a lot of casitas everywhere, but I never imagined exactly how it was.
Yeah.
I would never watch the series or anything with Pablo Escobar, anything with like
Narcos or nothing.
or like Colombia cartels and stuff like that. I've never watched, so I had no idea actually what I was walking into. But I figured, I was like, well, it's kind of like a third world country, so I figured it was kind of like Mex. But yeah.
No, but everything was beautiful. And what really like shook us the most, I think, like before we even landed, was the fact that it looked so green.
It's insane. And then so many mountains, girl.
Yes. So it's literally a bunch of mountains, all green.
All green. I was amazed of how green it was.
But before we get into actually how we experienced Colombia, do you want to talk about our flight process?
Yes.
Going into Colombia, though. Coming back is a whole different story. But going to Colombia?
Yeah, so our flight left JFK 6:30.
6:30.
Our goal was to leave the house at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Did you sleep?
No, I literally pulled an all-nighter until the night I slept in Colombia.
Stop, I had to sleep.
I didn't. I knew if I was going to sleep, I was going to wake up in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going to be insufferable. I really was.
So yeah. I took a nap because I was like, if not, I'm going to pass out somewhere. So I did take a quick nap. So we woke up, right? My brother and Oscar took us.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? We got to the airport. It was all smooth sailing there. No,
I hope you know that, just for for context, Gerardo, Julie's brother, my cuñis, prepped us and told us, like, he told us the more important things. When you're going into Colombia, you need your check mig, which is like your immigration thing. So we had that set. He told us, bring your vaccine card, whatever, because his friend had gone.
Yep.
And they asked him for his vaccine card. So we're in the parking lot of Dunkin' Donuts. We are away because we all met up at Julie's house. We're on our way and we stop at Dunkin'. Her brother asks us, do you guys have everything, like your passports, your stuff? Julie forgot one of the most important things.
I forgot my vaccine card, you guys. And till this day, like, I was like, where'd I leave it? And the thing is that I had found it for the trip. And then I remember putting it away.
So you wouldn't lose it.
So I wouldn't lose it. But I don't remember where I put it away, you guys.
You put it away so good, girl.
Exactly. Hasta la fecha no lo watch, I'm going to find it.
When you don't need it.
When I don't need it.
But thankfully, we didn't need the vaccine cards.
Oh, my God. But
at all.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, my God, if they don't let me in the country. I was like, I'll just come back. Because I was afraid to go, you guys.
The whole trip there, Julie was just like, I just can't wait to come back. I can't wait to come back.
Not even the trip there. The process towards the trip.
No, I'm saying like the trip there, like to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
The whole time she's like, no, I'm just excited to come back. Like, I can't wait to come back. Like, she just wanted to come back.
Yeah.
Like,
and I haven't even left yet. I was freaking out. The thing is that my brother was like, anyway, I get it. Like, he was just trying to protect us and stuff. He's like, don't wear shorts because normal
Colombians, like, authentic to Colombian, like live there, don't wear shorts.
And then he said, don't wear sandals because it's kind of disrespectful and stuff like that. In regards to restaurants and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Like hygiene purposes, I guess.
And I live in sandalias. Like, that's literally my attire. I do shorts and sandalias or shorts and sneakers.
Junior practically told her, like, throw out your whole wardrobe, get a new one.
Yeah, and then he said just to be careful with your phones, which is normal because if you go to any other country and you have your phone out in your hand, like, they can, like, take it off.
Yeah, just, like, practically what he said, like, just go, like, normal, don't go flashy, nothing crazy. Nothing.
Que nos quitamos el oro, right?
Yeah, nothing to call attention to us. Which we did.
Right. We took everything off. I didn't take any of my gold. Like, I usually have my cadena and stuff. And I took everything off. And I was just like, oh, my God, is it really how, like...
But when Junior tells you, like, when Junior told us that, we were like, wait, like, is it that bad? Like, are people going to, like, yank off my chain in the middle of the street? Like,
yeah.
Te pones a pensar, I'm like, oh, my God, what am I walking into? And then the trip there was normal. Oh, my God. But we did a connecting flight in Florida. From New York to Florida, I was fine. Completely fine. But let me tell you, Florida to Medellin, dude, 30 minutes into the flight, I had to get up and throw up. I was not. The turbulence was terrible.
It was horrible.
And I have, like, I'm not a roller coaster person. I have a light stomach. It was just not the vibes for me. So I was rethinking my whole life. I'm like, how am I going to do the flight back? Like, that was the whole trip. I was like, I have to fly back. There's no other way for me to get home. I have to fly back. But I was scared to fly back at that point.
Yeah, but the turbulence was super bad. But I didn't consider, like, I completely forgot that you got, like, sick like that.
I get car sick. If I'm not in the first two, like, the driver or the passenger, I get car sick in the back.
Yeah, no.
That's why I'm like, oh, no, I'll drive.
The Florida flight to Medellin, we made that one on time, right? It wasn't that big of
an
issue.
But we were, like, rushing.
Yeah.
To make it, because
the wait was like an hour.
It was an hour in between the connecting flights, which don't do. Give yourself some time.
Yeah, that's not fun.
We were like, get direct flights. Yeah. Or if you have the option and you can afford it. It wasn't even about affording. It was just the time.
The timing. It was just
the time
so
of
off.
the direct flight was like a weird time that we're like, no, like, let's just do the connecting because it'll get us there regardless at the time that we wanted. But, oh my God, connecting flights to try to make it was insane. And then it's más la gente like that are in the airplane because the how would you call it, the flight attendants, they were trying to help us and they were like, please wait until the people connecting flights get off. Dude, let me tell you how everybody got up and we were like in the back of the plane.
Yeah, we were on row 20.
In row 20, and then we were trying to get out and nadie nos dejaba.
But the flight attendants tried. They were like, please understand that these people are like have a short connection and they're international flights because we had to go and give them the check MIG before we got on the flight.
Yes.
Because we thought it was supposed to be at immigration.
No, it's before. They don't even let you on the flight without the check MIG.
So they were like, they have to go hand their papers in and stuff like that. Dicho y hecho, we got off the plane. Thankfully, we ran to the...
I think we got there with literally like 5 minutes to spare and we got a sandwich and then they called our names.
Oh, yeah. They were like, can the following please come to the podium?
And we were like,
what do we do?
Yeah, like they verified our check MIG or make sure everything was fine. And then we even had a little bit of time to go get a sandwich.
Yeah, because if we didn't eat, dude, we weren't going to eat until we arrived to
Colombia, which was going to be like 1.
And mind you, we've been up since like 3. So it was a big gap of not eating.
And the only thing we've had in our stomach was like whatever we got from Dunkin' Donuts at that point.
Well, yo sí tenía algo because you guys didn't eat in the morning.
No, I just grabbed the coffee.
Yeah, and every single time I get on a car, I have to have something in my stomach. If not, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, you get like nauseous, like empty stomach, right?
Yeah, an empty stomach. So I always have to eat something before I get on a car.
But that was our flight trauma in the morning. Oh my God. But when we got there, everything was so pretty.
We went through immigration, right?
Yeah.
Everything flew by there. I think
it wasn't that long.
And stepping out of the airport, like once, like, you know where like the welcome center is where people are waiting for their family members,
you get bombarded
by taxi drivers. Mamacita, ocupas un cab, right? It was like all
like everybody taxi. And we're like no, like we have a driver. The good thing is we booked ahead of time like a pickup from like the mismo Airbnb like connected us to a person to pick us up.
So he was already waiting for us outside and we went to go look for him. Sweet guy.
Yeah, he was so nice. He was giving us like recommendations because Julie is so funny. She always asks, she's like, what do you recommend? Like, and that's so smart because obviously the locals know best. You know, like TikTok, TripAdvisor, like they'll tell you what most tourists do, but like obviously the
people who live there know what's up. You know what I mean?
So then he was telling us, oh, like the safe neighborhoods or whatever. He's like, well, you know what? Like, just don't go out at night, like alone through like dark stuff. And like, obviously,
He told us que no diéramos papaya.
yeah, que no dar papaya. And that's like a very big saying in Medellin. I don't know if it's all of Colombia, but for sure Medellin.
Yeah. So basically it means like, si buscas encuentras, you know what I mean?
Or like no des razón.
Yeah. It's not as dangerous as it was many years ago.
Yeah.
Or not that many because...
All of that happened like 1990s.
Yeah, it wasn't that far back. So he's saying that... He was basically telling us that it's not as dangerous as people portray it to be in all the Netflix series and everything that they see on TV. But if you go and look for something, you're going to find it.
Yeah. So just like be aware of your surroundings and like just be precautious regardless of where you're going or what you're doing. Just be careful. I feel like it was a pretty safe trip, to be honest.
I honestly felt like it was fine. Like I didn't feel
fear at all.
in any moment. I felt more fear like going from my house to the airport.
She felt all the fear she needed that whole trip on that ride.
But no, once we crossed this bridge that takes you straight to Medellin, green, and the houses were like
all on the mountains.
So many houses, you guys, so many.
Like if you think like we're overpopulated here in New York, over there it's insane, but it's so cool because they literally like escarban in the mountain to like plot in the house.
Exactly. I'm amazed like how los albañiles over there build the houses.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I was telling Julie, I was like, do you think they have like mudslides like cuando se le cae la montaña? I'm pretty sure they do, but that they have to have like really good like infrastructure for that.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And then you look at all the people who like live on the top of the mountain. You're like, how the hell do you get to your house?
Yeah, they have like carreteras going up the mountain, but to a certain reach. Then after that, it's just like dirt roads.
And then like people who have motos, like motorcycles and stuff. I guess they have easier access, but even then at a certain point it's like
you can't.
Up, it's like straight up.
Yeah, but over there insane. What I noticed for sure, and that what freaked me out the most was the driving, because everybody drives stick cars, like they're all manual, and they literally cut each other off crazy. The motos cut you off.
The lanes are just there for fun.
No one uses the lanes. They like sudden stop. They cut over. They go through red lights. Like it's insane. And we were like, I think that's the only thing that maybe gave us more anxiety, being in the car with the drivers.
Exactly.
Because they just, everybody, and it's worse if they drive normal, because if they drive normal, like, más locos se las acercan, you know?
So they know what they're doing because they live there. They're the ones driving. But for us, that's like a shock.
Because here we follow the rules.
Here the cops will pull you over real quick.
Yeah, and over there, insane. Y le pasa a la policía y como si nada. Like, they don't even care. I guess they have other problems to fix, huh?
And then our hotel was called... I think it was a hotel. What do you think it was?
I mean, we booked it on Airbnb, but it kind of seemed like a touristic hotel.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a touristic apartment hotel, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
But also what made me feel really safe was that they had the security.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And they didn't let anybody in unless they like knew who you were.
Yep. They had gated entrances for the cars and for the people.
Yeah.
Because the guy had to open up the door for you.
Yeah. To leave and to enter, they had to like buzz you in technically.
And that was like, oh my God, I was like, de aquí soy.
Yeah. It was perfect. And then we were on the 14th floor with a cute ass balcony. If you guys haven't followed us on Instagram, go ahead and check it out. We literally posted our whole trip there.
Yep.
You'll see all our views, all our spots, everything there.
And follow Randy on TikTok because
I was making my little tiki-takis.
No, but she did like like those videos you posted were awesome. Like I loved it.
Thanks, friend. Thanks. I still have some more coming. I have to sit down and edit them because I just haven't had the time.
I know.
But the view once we got into the room, because we checked in early, which was so grateful because we weren't supposed to check in until 4.
I know. They were so sweet.
Yeah. So they were like, the room is ready. Like, you can have it. And then, so he let us in. And the first thing you see when you walk in is just views.
We were in shock. Like, the whole wall was glass.
Yeah, it was.
Like, from bedroom to living room to bedroom. It was all glass.
And then you walk out into the balcony and you just see the whole city of Medellin. It's just insane.
It was like amazing. It was beautiful. The buildings were like, the ones close to you are tall, but then you see the houses in the back.
It's just amazing. And then the mountains. It's just, I don't know, breathtaking views. And I'm so grateful we got that one with the balcony. Because ahí nos pusimos afuera and everything.
Yeah.
Taking pictures y todo.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no. And then where we were staying also had, on the 17th floor, they had a pool.
Oh, was
my
so
God.
cold, you guys.
It's not. Medellin is like the same weather throughout the whole year, right? And then so it's like spring vibes, which is the hottest it'll get is like 70, 75.
Yeah.
But even then, el sol todavía quema. Andamos bien quemada, mi amiga y yo.
Yeah, and yo ando bien marcada.
Yeah, like literally we were red and we were like, what? Like the sun wasn't even out. But dude, the sun goes through the clouds or something because you te quemas. Put on your sunscreen for sure.
Yeah, we tried getting in the pool like at night. But
The first night.
Yeah, but it wasn't heated and it was way too cold.
We were literally, and it was like, what, how tall? Like maybe 4 feet?
Yeah, it wasn't that tall.
It wasn't that tall. And we just wanted for like this la experiencia, because we were like, what other day? We were already like booked out throughout the whole other days that we were there. So like this is your only opportunity to like get in the pool.
And I'm glad we did because it was nice. Because since it was on the 17th floor, pues allí ya no había nada. It was like the roof already, right? And it looks beautiful. We went in at night and like the lights and everything were just beautiful.
Yeah, it looked like if we were like in New York City, but in the pool.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a different experience. But it was really, really cold, and it was not. Well, they were saying that it was supposed to be like heated, but it was not heated at the moment.
That wasn't heated.
It was cold. But la única que no se metió mucho fue Karen.
Yeah, because she was sick like the day before.
Yeah, so she was like, I'm not trying to get sick again, guys. Like, I'm barely recovering right now.
Yeah. Y nosotros nos metimos because we were like, we have to get in.
Yeah, but before that, okay, let's explain what we did the first day. We'll go by days, guys, so you know our whole full experience.
Yes.
So then the first day we got there, obviously we got settled in. We chose rooms. I fumbled the bag. I went right when I should have went left. But it's fine, whatever. You know what? Because my friend Julie lost podcast, you understand, she never gets a good room. So I'm glad you got a good room this time.
But both rooms were nice.
They were both nice, but hers was better.
Because it had the king bed.
Yeah, I got the queen, whatever. So we got settled in, and then...
And you did fumble because you were the first one to walk into the apartment.
So I'm just like, no, let me just go right, because I saw the bathroom. But I didn't realize there was a bathroom in your room, too. So I was like, I want to be closer to the bathroom in case me hace algo daño, pues I'll go straight to the bathroom. But her room had the bathroom and a big ass closet too. Yeah. But it was fine. Me and Karen are used to sharing a small room, so it was like back at home. So rooming situation, obviously, it was me and my sister Karen, and then it was Julie and our friend Marlene, because there was 4 of us that went. We got situated, y luego was like, where are we going, guys?
Where did we go? Oh, we went to eat, right?
Yeah, Marlene, dude, I'm telling you, she's amazing at finding spots. She found us a spot to go have dinner. Dude, that place was so aesthetic. It was like New York City could never top that.
Oh no. Like
the aesthetics, like, you know, when you in trendy restaurants in the city, that one could never beat it. And the drinks were good.
Yeah, it was called ¿cómo se llamaba?
Mamacita Medellin. They even had their own merch.
Oh yeah. We forgot to buy it. Oh, we forgot to buy it. But it was beautiful. It was so green, like inside. I don't know if those plants were real or not. The vibes were nice and warm. I loved it.
And then you could see like el oscurecer and everything. It was so amazing.
It was beautiful. And then we went walking to El Parque, right?
Yeah. But then we were kind of like didn't know where to go. So we knew the next day we had to wake up really early. So we didn't want to pull a Cancun.
Yeah,
no. So we didn't want to pull a Cancun. And if you don't know what we're talking about, refer back to episode 3. We were talking about traveling there. But so we just called it like an early night. How did it start? You were on FaceTime with your mom. And then you were like, oh, like they even have a pool here. Let's go check it out. So ahí vamos todas.
Oh, yeah.
Ahí vamos todas to check out the pool. And then we were just like showing the views and recording and all that stuff. And then I'm like, wait, guys, we need to get in the pool because we're never going to get in the pool ever. So ahí vamos todas para abajo. We were not even in the pool for 10 minutes. Duramos más en cambiarnos que that we were in the pool.
And then the cool thing was that, I mean, obviously no one was going to be in the pool. It was cold. So we had the pool to ourselves.
Yeah.
But no, we put our feet in and I was just thinking my life.
I was like, this is worth it. Ahí vamos, and dude, andábamos titiriteando on the way back.
Yeah.
And then what we would do was like we were planning our outfits for the night before because we had to wake up really early.
Yeah, because we were going to go to Guatapé.
Oh, Guatapé is so beautiful. So for that one, we had to meet our tour guide in like near El Poblado.
El Parque Poblado.
El Parque Poblado. We had to meet our tour guide like at 6:45. And we're not morning people, so we were like stressed out.
The only one who's a morning person is Marls.
Yeah. Y ella sí se levanta.
Yeah.
But then what happened was
I put my alarm at 5:15.
Yeah.
Right? And I had told my husband, I'm like, call me when you're leaving to work because he leaves to go to work at 6:30.
And it's a 1 hour difference.
Which in Medellin was going to be 5:30. I was like, call me, so therefore I know that I have to wake up. I'm like, I really have to wake up, and don't stop calling me until I answer the phone.
Yeah.
That was fine. I woke up. I heard my 5:15 alarm. I shut it off, and I waited for his 6:30, but 5:30 over there call, and I was on the phone with him.
Yeah.
Because I had explained to him how I was cuddling with Marlene because I'm so used to cuddling with him. So I told Marlene, I was like, Marlene, you didn't feel me cuddling with you last night? She's like, no. And I was like, I had to like scoot my way back like to my corner because I felt so bad because I was like, voy a ahogar a Marlene con esta pinche piernota. So I answered the phone. It was fine. I woke up and me and Marlene knocked out again.
Yeah, but what ended up happening was I had told Marlene, because Marlene is like a si se levanta. I have to put like 20 alarms in order to wake up. So I'm like, Marlene, like, please wake us up. My 5 a.m. alarm went off, and I was like, I still have time. 5:20, and I was like, no, I have to get up because I still had to do my hair, like my makeup, my outfit, like everything. So I'm like, I need to get up. So it was 5:20 something, and I was in the bathroom, and I heard you talk. So I was like, oh, like they're awake. It's fine. And then Karen was still laying down in bed. So I'm like, putting on my contacts and brushing my teeth. And I text Karen. I'm like, hurry up because we're going to leave y te vas a quedar, like, a medias.
Yeah.
And then Karen comes out like 5:40. Algo así, right? And then she's like, are they awake? And I was like, well, I heard them talking, so I'm pretty sure. So Karen goes and knocks on them. Dude, they were asleep.
We knocked out, you guys. Like, after that phone call, we're like, oh, we still have time. Me and Marlene knocked out. And Marlene's one to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, she's not like the type to like fall back asleep.
And then Karen walks in. She's like, you guys, it's 6 o'clock already. Like, that's what she told us. And I was like, oh, my God, why didn't you guys wake us up? And then you were like, I thought you guys were awake.
Yeah, because they was quiet. So I heard like them like talking. So I was like, oh, they're already awake. So I was like, I was over here brushing my teeth, and my stress was like that Karen was still asleep because she was knocked out. So then I was like, oh my God, like if it wasn't for Karen that went to go knock, I was assuming that you guys were already awake.
No, and then I had left the door open on purpose. I felt safe enough to leave the door open because I don't sleep with the door open anywhere.
But Julia did a bomb ass security system.
Yo, I was like, because I told you because we're just so the same. Like, we're so similar. I was like, yo, Randy, I'm going to put the trash can in front of the door.
So I voy yo con el freaking ottoman.
Like, and we put the trash can and the ottoman right at the front door. I was like, just in case.
Yeah, dude, they can't push the ottoman. Like, what are they going to do?
I was like, no, well, at least if they push it, like, we can hear something. You know what I mean? Caso is that I was like, all right. So I left that at the door, at the front door. And I left my bedroom door open purposely just in case we didn't wake up, so that they could see that we were sleeping and they would wake us up.
Yeah.
But Marlene no se para at middle night and goes and closes the door.
She closed it because she heard my 5 a.m. alarm. And she's like, it's too early. She went to go close the door. So she couldn't hear the alarm. But then they ended up falling asleep. But the thing is, genuinely didn't know that you guys were asleep.
No, yeah.
I could have sworn on everything you guys were still awake.
I was like, oh my God, we fell asleep. And it happens to me all the time. Like, yo siempre me duermo.
Me too. And I was like more stressed than anything. I was like, no, I can't fall back asleep. Because I know I take forever getting ready. So I was like, I don't have the time to fall asleep.
And the good thing I did my hair the night before, you guys, because my hair is so complicated.
Because she has really thick hair.
Yeah, so I have to like have time to do my makeup. I can do like this, like super fast, because I'm just so used to like either not wearing makeup or I'm just so used to putting it on. But my hair cannot. I have to have it either straightened or gelled, but it has like a time process. But thankfully I did my hair the night before.
Yeah, por eso the good thing is que nos recogimos temprano.
Yeah.
Entonces ahí vamos, all stressed out. And then if you're going to travel in Colombia, like transport wise, what's the application?
It's called InDrive. So you could use Uber, but the guy that took us home recommended the app InDrive.
Yeah.
So
that it's safe.
That it's safe and that it's mostly used over there. And I think you said Uber was like nothing.
Uber, from what I had heard, Uber is technically like illegal over there.
Yeah, so the guy was like, it's safe, and like I said, we trusted the guy from the beginning. Like,
yeah, I don't know. He just gave us the vibes like of a trusting person. Either that or we're just too trusting, but not really.
No.
Me and Julie were like hella sus of some people because the people there are nice.
I was like, why are you guys so nice?
But like, what's your motive? Why are you nice? You know,
like, we're not used to being nice to people.
No, over here, like, get the fuck out. You know.
And I was like, oh my God, everyone's so nice. But that guy was like, he gave like good vibes. I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
Caso es, if you guys are planning to go to Colombia, the app is called InDrive, INDRIVE, and basically you put your like where you are, and then your where you're gonna go. So you're from location and your to location, and then you offer a price.
Yeah.
So let's say you offer 10,000 Colombian pesos, because that's the currency over there.
Yeah. It's in mil.
It's in miles. No, mil, perdón.
Yeah.
And then the person can either accept your offer or they can be like, no, I'll give you 12 for that ride, and then you can accept it or decline it. So it's a good app. I think it was
Julie
safe.
was in charge of like the in drive.
Yeah.
She knows more about like the stuff. But all of our drivers were all like,
they're all quiet, but it was fine, right?
yeah, like it was, none of them gave us like weird like, oh my god, we're gonna get kidnapped vibes.
Only the
oh, there was
the I'm gonna take your missus or what was
oh my god, yes, that was that same night. But we're going in chronological order para que no se nos vaya a pasar nada.
Yeah.
So we take the in drive to the town. We literally get there on the dot 6:45. And then, oh my god, our tour guide Gina,
she was so sweet.
She was amazing. If you guys ever go to Guatapé, make sure you guys book on TripAdvisor.
We don't know the company name.
Viaje Medellin. I think.
Yeah. We'll try
I'll try to link it down below, the one we used, and if you can, try to request Gina.
She was amazing.
She was so nice. She made us feel so safe the whole time. And also, she was really good at the information. Like, nos sabía decir what was y la historia de todo. And like, not for nothing, me personally, when I go to places, sure, the history is like whatever, but hasta ganas me daba poner atención con ella. The whole basis of the tour was like a 10-hour tour to like 3 different locations, breakfast and lunch included, and a boat ride to end it off, and then to wrap it up.
Yep.
So then we ended up paying like $30 American for that, which is like such a bargain.
Yep.
Because if you were to try to book that somewhere else, you 100 minimum.
First hour was from the pickup location to the breakfast area, and she was just explaining like the itinerary and kind of Colombia itself, Medellin, how they like certain pronunciations of the words they use and what they mean. And we were just so atentos. Like, it was like, wow, like this is really interesting, you know what I mean? And I didn't feel the ride at all.
No.
Like at all. And the bus was kind of comfy because it had like nice cushiony seats.
Yeah. So ahí andábamos mad early todas las veladas con los ojos todos hinchados and everything. Karen was looking at me, she was like, my eyes are hella puffy right now. Y todas con maquilladas, obvio.
Yes.
Todas listas. When we got to the breakfast area, they had like huevos, arepas, queso. The cheese is a different story.
Yeah, I'm a cheese person, you guys. Like,
yeah, she really
live
is.
for cheese. And the cheese over there is...
not it.
Not it.
It's not it, girl. Well, I'm lactose intolerant, so I wasn't really criticizing the cheese. I was avoiding it. But, yeah, the ones that I did taste, I feel like the cheese is like dulce.
And it's very soft. Like
mushy.
Yeah. It's kind of like cream cheese vibes. You know what I mean? But it didn't taste like cream cheese. I meant like the texture wise. That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But I tried the arepas with the huevo in salsa de tomate, which is ketchup over there. And it was pretty good. Like the arepa for them, I guess it's like the same thing as tortilla for us.
Yeah, it was good. Exactly how you mentioned it. We ate it como una tortilla.
Yeah, a little really taquito, breakfast, the breakfast taco. But then after that, did you have coffee?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't
No,
do
she
coffee.
had the juice. But the coffee there was so good. Like,
was it really?
If you want a black coffee over there, you have to ask for café tinto. But if you want a regular, you just say café con leche.
The breakfast was good.
Oh, wait, plot twist. I forgot. And then and then there was when we realized that there was a Canadian version of us.
Yeah. But we didn't know they were Canadian until later.
Later, because Gina made us introduce like where we're coming from. Like, because there was people from Mexico, like different parts of Mexico.
Yeah, there was a lot of Mexicans on the bus.
Yeah. You know what's like, I think it's going to sound dumb of me to say, but I didn't realize how many people from other countries travel to other countries. I don't know why in my head I never processed that.
Really?
No, como que like, I'm like, wow, Mexicans like travel around out of Mexico.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fucking doy. Like, obvio.
Yeah, it's like those rich kids.
No, ni eso. I like, it's hard for me to think, like, for instance, Colombians going to Mexico to like,
oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just didn't picture in my head, but it's a thing.
I wonder if they need visas and stuff like that.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah. We're not even going to get to that topic.
No, because I don't know. Wait, time out. Because there was a girl. Because on the trip, I had taken my camera, right, to vlog or whatever. But I was scared to take it because, pues, ¿qué tal si me la quitan de la mano? So I was, like, mostly, like, we were just recording on our phones, like, that kind of thing. But the other group, there was 4 girls. Ironically, my sister has red hair. There había una del pelo rojo, which was Canadian Karen, that we call them because we don't know their names. And then there was one with the little camera, exactly like the one I have.
The little blonde chick, yeah.
Yeah. So that was Canadian Erandy. And then there was
a hefty girl like me.
She was just tall. Just like Julie. She's just tall. So there was a Canadian Julie. And then pues la última was Canadian Marlene. But she was like tiny and petite, just like Marlene.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. But they were like... I don't know how to
I honestly thought... Because if you say hi to me, I'll say hi to you. And we'll have a full-blown conversation.
Yeah.
And we're kind of all like that. Like our group.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you start kind of like giving me something to talk about, I'll talk and you won't shut me up. And that's how we all are. So when we saw them, we're like, oh my God, look, there's another group like us. I was like, maybe. And they spoke English. It was like...
Yeah.
And I assume like maybe later on the tour, on the trip, maybe like we were going to start talking and hanging out and stuff. You know what I mean? Pero fuimos al baño, right?
Yeah. And the only one that was like kind of like must nice vibes was Canadian Karen, because she told my sister, she's like, oh my God, I love your hair. And then she was like, oh my God, I love yours. Like red people unite, you know. But the other girls were like sickas. They were just like to themselves. But then I also put it in perspective, like I wasn't gonna go up into them and talk to them either. Like I was like, if they come to us, like pues hablamos.
If they would have smiled at me, I probably would have.
Yeah, like hey girl.
But they didn't.
No. And then later on in the trip, we were at lunchtime. And I really had to use the bathroom. So I went to go to the line. Because Gina told me, like, either you can go here or the next one. But there's bathrooms wherever we go. So I was like, okay, let me see if there's a line on this one. Pues ahí voy. And then 3 of them were there. And then Canadian Marlene turns around. I asked him, like, oh, my God, is there a line? But yo pensando, I'm like, maybe they're just waiting there, you know, for their friend. She's like, yeah, there is. Like, with so much sass. And I was like, damn, Canadian Marlene, like, you're crazy. So she was so rude.
So after that, we were just like, damn. I was like, they're the mean version of us.
Yeah, they were like if we were mean girls. We're the nice girls. They're the mean girls.
So we just say the Canadian us.
Yeah, Canadian us were crazy.
Yeah.
But going back to the trip, ya que terminamos el breakfast, right? So ahí vamos. Where did we go first? We went to La Piedra. Oh my God, that is so
del
beautiful.
Peñón, you guys. It's a huge rock.
Literally a huge rock with a bunch of steps, but those steps are killer.
Yeah, it was. I think it's the 3rd largest rock in the world.
Yeah.
The height of it, I think it's 7,011 feet tall, and it has about 750 steps, right? More or less.
All I know is over 700, but I think it's 720.
Oh, okay. So it was about 720 steps, and those steps were high, you guys. Like
they were steep.
Yeah, steep.
They were very steep steps. No, but they were so steep. I'm telling you, we were not even at step 100 porque tienen like the numbers. We were huffing and puffing like we were trying to blow this house down. I'm so serious. No, we were huffing and puffing so bad. Like all of us, we were taking like, I think every 50 steps we were taking a break. And for us, we were like, let's take a break. Y ahí estábamos tomando fotos, but like disimulando that we were just dying.
But it wasn't just us. It was like half the people. Everyone walking
and then you know where
breathe.
We messed up? Nosotras que vamos bien aesthetic para Guatapé. Pero we didn't take into consideration that we were going to climb all those steps. So I vamos in flowy pants. Marlene was in a dress. Then your pants, my pants, and Karen's pants estaban arrastrando en el piso. And it was just a mess. We were like,
what killed me the most, was the makeup. I was like, oh my God. And I sweat like crazy, you guys. You guys have no idea how much I sweat when I like
doing
move.
Exercise. When you exist.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm like sudando, like goteando and everything. And we didn't have napkins.
Nothing. All we had was, thank God Julie took a backpack. Y ahí tenían solo agua, right? So agua and our windbreakers, because we were just carrying our windbreakers in case that it started raining. Because weather over there is unpredictable. It's kind of like it rains, but then it stops, then it rains. So then there was a lot of people. I remember there was a girl that casi se desmayaba.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah. You were like further up. When me and Marlene were down there, Marlene was like, look, she's going to pass out. And she literally was to the side with her husband, like, he was echando aire. Yeah. But the good thing is they have, like, I think you reach, like, 300 steps. And then they have, like, the emergency thing in case you need help.
Yeah, so you have to make it up to at least 300
Yeah,
steps.
that's what Gina told us. She's like, if you feel like passing out, at least make it to the 300 steps. Y ahí te ayudan.
Yeah, but we had to take so many breaks. Because it was just a lot, you guys. It was I don't give a shit how conditioned you are.
It's killer.
It's a killer.
Yeah, and then to top it off, Gina had only given us an hour and 40 minutes
Mm-hmm.
to go up, hang out, and then come down and meet her in the bus, because her thing was like, I don't want to waste anybody's time, but if you're a gusto, whatever, I'm not going to kill your happiness. Take a bus to the next stop. I'll tell you where the next stop is, and you meet the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And we were not trying to go take a bus. So we're like, no, we need to go up, see the views, take the pictures, and then come back on time.
And we did a good job because it took us about 25 minutes.
I think maybe tops 30 to go up.
Yeah.
Going down was way, way better. But even then, it was still like very steep. So you had to take your...
Yeah, we were going down slow because we were holding on. It was a steep.
And then the pantalones got all wet because there was like water going down. I don't know how.
Maybe porque no se alcanza a secar porque el sol no le da allí.
Oh, yeah, because of the back part.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the top, I don't know how those people get up there. Like, they have to walk all those steps.
I don't know.
There's
do you
like...
do you think there's an elevator?
I don't think so on the rock. I don't think it has electricity like that.
I don't know, but imagine vas a subir todos los días.
But the good thing is on top, they have a bathroom. They have, like little puestecitos. That ice cream was so good.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Keep in mind, eat your ice cream on top because they don't let you bring it down on the steps.
Mm-hmm.
We were so sad. We were like trying to bite it.
Mm-hmm.
But that ice cream was amazing. It was mango and...
Which one did you get?
I got the same one as you.
The maracuya.
There was mango and maracuya,
Yeah.
though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one was so good. The mango verde was not that good. The one that Marlon and Karen got.
No,
I
the
didn't
one
like
we
it.
got was like salty and lemony at the same time.
Yeah. Entonces, ahí vamos ahí quickly. But we also went up because once you reach to like the 600 steps, like 670, right? Algo así.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a little tiny tower. You can go
Yep.
higher up.
Yep.
But that tower is skinny. Like
yeah, it was like one person up and then the other person down.
Spiraling.
Yeah.
So entonces ahí vamos and we got pictures. It was just so pretty. Ahí andábamos disfrutando until we literally checked and we had like less than 20 minutes to get down.
Mm-hmm.
Y ahí vamos corriendo practically.
Yeah, pero agarrándonos because si no íbamos a rodar y vamos a llegar.
Yeah, Marlon was saying like the good thing is Julie's in front because we'll land on Julie.
Like a cushion. I was like, no, because I'm going to go down to the next person y ahí nos vamos y todas.
Yeah, but there was a guy in front of you guys that I heard the mom was like, he's shaking.
Yeah, his legs were shaking. And Gina told us too. She was like, on the way down, make sure you guys
Agarrarse bien.
pero también agarren su tiempo to come down. Because when you're on your way down, people start, I guess, I don't know if it's la subida y la bajada, I don't know what it is.
Las piernas. No, because towards the last couple steps, my legs were like shaking too. But thank God it was just the last one.
And the guy in front of me, like, and we weren't halfway down. He was like, his legs were shaking. And he said, at one point, la señora se hizo un lado con él because ya no podía.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, thankfully, no empecé a temblar. I was tired. My legs were tired, pero no empecé a temblar. But it was true. People were like, no sentían las piernas.
Yeah. No, mine literally, ya que íbamos a dar la vuelta para salir, was that my legs started shaking.
Yeah.
Dude, con tanto peso no pueden.
No, but it was a lot. And no, nos teníamos que agarrar because si no te vas.
But I genuinely think that the view was worth all that stress of like going
And that's
up.
exactly what Gina said.
Yeah.
She said, once you guys are up there, you guys are going to forget about the subida.
The pain.
Uh-huh. And she's like, it's beautiful. And it truly is. The guy who owns that rock.
Yeah, because there's a guy that owns a rock.
He owns it. And he bought it back in the day because hace mucho tiempo.
For 3 vacas.
Con tres vacas. And imagine how much money he has now.
Yeah, because he made money out of it. Like, the guy already died.
Mm-hmm.
But his family keeps, like, all the profits of anything on the terreno that he has.
Yeah.
But
so those of you who want to go visit La Piedra del Peñón, either get a tour guide or, I don't know.
Go on your own.
Go on your own. They charge 25,000 pesos la entrada.
Mm-hmm. It literally, we have such bad luck on that because literally the day that we went was when they subieron el precio. Because before that, it was 20,000.
I heard. Yep.
And they announced it June 1st. Starting June 1st, 25,000 pesos, whatever. We're like,
yeah, because the day before was
literally 20,000
pesos. But yeah, so that the 25,000 pesos te incluye la subida de la piedra. You check out your view. Everything else you want to buy up there, souvenirs and stuff, it's all on you.
Yeah.
Do they charge the bathrooms?
Yeah, 1,000 pesos.
Oh, well, bathroom usage.
Yeah, it's
And
like in
that's it.
Mexico.
Yeah.
They charge the bathroom, guys.
And yeah, then you come back down and it's a beautiful experience. I recommend it to everyone. The view is incomparable.
It really is. It's amazing. And you get to see like full 360 in the little tower all around.
And bring your
amazing.
pictures and your cameras and your chargers.
Your tripods.
Yeah, everything because a lot of pictures. It's really nice.
Yeah. There was one of in our group. The guy went like all out on the pictures.
Oh, yeah. He was from Guanajuato, Mexico.
Yeah,
And he, like, wanted to talk to us, right?
Yeah, pero la vieja no la dejaba.
Yeah. Or, I don't know. It's just, like, weird vibes.
No, because
like,
venían en su propio grupo también ellos.
Pero de repente, como cuando nos miraban, like, he would just, like, make comments. And we would just answer because it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, he took really nice pictures of us.
He was, like, going, like, 0.5, the 1, the angles, everything crazy.
Yeah.
And then, when we finished there, then fuimos a lunch, no? Or a Guatapé?
No, we went to Guatapé.
Guatapé is so cute. It's, like, the little umbrella, a row.
It's a colorful town.
Yes, for sure.
And they're known for their zócalos. So basically, it's the point where the floor hits the wall, which I think in the U.S. or in Mexico, well, actually in Mexico, le llaman molduras.
Yeah, on the outside, right?
But over there they call them zócalos, and they bring up to halfway through the wall. So I guess if your think about your wall, and then halfway there, the bottom is all paintings.
Paintings or murals or.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And each family has their own designs.
Yeah, you can put on whatever you want outside of it, like your family, like I guess your family crescent, like that would be it. Yeah. Or there's a lot of people that have like religious ones, or animalitos, but you have to they like do that. Someone can't have, like you can't just copy somebody's zócalo.
Yeah, no, because they're all kind of identified to the family who lives there.
Yeah.
Or like she said, like there's only one that like religious wise that like most people had, right?
Yeah. I think they copy like the first one, the OG one. Yeah. I think that's what it was. But ahí nos tomamos todas nuestras pictures. But dude, the only thing that kind of was sucky was that like la gente, like we were walking to try to find the Guatapé sign. You know, every country you go to, there's always like the big sign where like telling you like touristic. If you're a tourist, you find that sign, you know, to let people know where you were. And the whole walk there, dude, se nos acercaban, this restaurant, we have a boat, this restaurant. Y like this, you would be like, no, thank you. Y todo te explicaban todo el menú. And then you kept walking, and I felt rude. But it was like, one, we already had a boat booked for the day. We had we're going to lunch, like maybe like in an hour. And then it was just like, I felt rude saying no, thank you.
But it was a lot because we would walk, and it was one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And you were like, no gracias, no gracias. Like, gracias, pero no, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I'm like, and I would be like, no, I already have one booked, or we're going to lunch right now, it's fine. Pero no.
They just don't stop.
And I felt rude towards the end, but I was just like, hello. I was like, let me just get a shirt that, like, I have a boat booked, and I'm going to lunch right now, no gracias, you know?
Yeah. And we get it, because they were trying to get their buck, but you guys.
And then, I don't know. They just don't take no for an answer, I guess.
But yeah, after that, so we took cute pictures in the umbrellas.
Yes, the vibes there. Ahí estaban los fotógrafas. Yeah. We were there for like a good 30 minutes to just taking pictures.
It was the most beautiful part, I think.
Yeah. Y entramos a la iglesia, nos fuimos a... Mom, si estaba escuchando esto, mira, me fui de vacaciones y hasta fui a misa.
Yes, entramos a una...
No me quedé a la misa, pero entré.
No hubo misa, si no nos hubiéramos quedado.
Sí. Pero en esa misa, like, en la iglesia... Gina nos dijo que tenías que entrar de la puerta derecha con la pata derecha, con la pierna derecha para, I don't know why.
Buena suerte y and all that stuff. Y si vas a dar gracias y todo. No me acuerdo cómo se llamaba la iglesia, pero caso es que decía que era una iglesia muy bonita y con buenos, what do you call it? Like, con buena suerte. O sea, tú pídele por salud y por todo, o gracias por lo que tú quieres darle gracias.
Y ahí te lo conceden. Pero ya, fui a misa, ma. Thank you.
Yes, Dios sabe que fuimos.
Entonces, luego, Julie, I feel like this trip was a little disappointing with the food. It was especially with your, what was it that you were trying everywhere they te daba?
My pan de bono, you guys. The thing is that I'm a food person. Like, I don't, tampoco, like, I try everything I want to try. Whether it be one of, like, every little thing, but I want to try stuff. You know what I mean? And here in New York, we have a restaurant nearby that sells like amazing pan de bonos, amazing buñuelos. La bandeja paisa tastes bomb here. So when I went over there,
you were expecting the same thing.
I was kind of expecting the same thing, but I was like, maybe it's just a difference of food. Over here, it's more processed. The cheeses is different.
The ingredients just in general. But yeah, so in Guatapé, I know you, Karen, and Marlene tried the pan de bono over there.
And it was not the same, you guys.
It was not the vibes for them. I didn't try it because I'm like, it's cheese. Lactose intolerant. Not going to I'm not gonna go with my boat. But yeah, and it wasn't just there. It was a couple other things that they tried, and they were like, it just doesn't taste the same. But I feel like it's because you're used to like here flavor.
Yeah, it's true. So, I mean, it wasn't bad because we ate it and we finished it, but it wasn't like what we were used to here. So, and maybe that's the correct way it's supposed to taste. And then the one
It's
that
weird here,
it's
technically.
weird, yeah.
You know? I don't know, but I wasn't really out here taste testing nothing because I'm not like that kind of person. I'm more of like lo que dada. Oh, and then we went to go lunch, which they had good food. Like they gave us like their, how did she say it?
Like the traditional food that you would find in a Colombian household at least 3 times a week.
Yeah. So and I got the chicken. What did you get?
I got the chicharrón.
Was it good?
It was
I don't
alright.
really like chicharrón like that.
I like the one here.
Oh. No, but I had the pollo. The pollo was really good.
Yeah, and the rice and the frijoles. I was telling Randy, I was like, I'm not a frijoles person. And the frijoles were good over there.
I am a frijolera. I love frijoles.
And Marlene got soya, and I think she...
Oh, yeah. The good thing is, though, honestly, like, they're very inclusive because Marlene was a little stressed out because obviously Colombians, like, comen carne, pollo,
a lot of carne,
pescado, everything. Like, that's, like, their, obviously, protein in their meal.
Yes.
So then Marlene was, like, not stressed out, but she's like, guys, like, what if they don't have, like, for me? But they had a lot of, like, good options for Marlene. They had, like, I think soy, or if not, like, they would replace it with beans or something. Like, it was good.
Yeah. So they were very inclusive to vegetarians.
Yeah. So if you're over here stressed out about going because it's like, no, they love meat. No, they'll have vegetarian options for you, for sure.
So the view was very nice in that place that we ate dinner because lunch, or ¿cómo se le llama?
Almuerzo.
Almuerzo. Because where we were sitting in front of us was like a beautiful view of like the mountain.
Yeah, we could literally sit there the whole time.
And there was music and everything.
It was a vibe. And then there's a cantante over there cantando ahí todas las rockera vibes para los de Guanajuato.
Yeah, because I didn't know the music.
I didn't know their music over there, but I was like, no, this is like Mexican rock, I guess it was.
Yeah.
But we don't vibe with the Mexican rock. It's not for us. Pero then that's the situation with the mean Canadians. Rude. And then no entré ni al baño, guys. I was just holding it in. And then we went to like, after that one, before going to the boat, because we were having like a boat tour of like the marina area.
Caso is that apparently Colombia runs their energy based on the water. And a couple years back, well, not a couple years, back then, they were having an energy crisis, so they needed to let more water produce more energy. So destruyeron un pueblo completo.
Like they drowned the town.
Yeah, the people obviously, they paid for their property and stuff, so no se quedaron sin nada.
And they like asked to be relocated and all that stuff, but they literally drowned the town. Like when on the boat tour, we saw like La Cruz of like where La Iglesia used to be of that town, and it's insane. Like they literally drowned it, everything. Yeah.
So the town is non-existent anymore. But the town that we went to, it's like a replica
of how the town used to be.
So that's where you went to the restroom.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom there, but I should have gone to the other bathroom porque el otro bathroom era free y me cobraban 1,000 pesos. I was like, pa un pedazo de papel. Y luego la señora is like, 1,000 pesos. Y I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Pero then we rushed down. We rushed down to the boat because I'm like, oh, guys, like we weren't really buying souvenirs. And Gina had told us, see, if you guys are not going to buy souvenirs, like, I'll meet you guys down at the boat. And we had to, like, it was like a little pathway. We had to go walk down, like, curvy down. Lo bueno que fuimos cuando fuimos.
Yeah, because she said she was going to leave at
2:50. 2:48, the boat started, and they started leaving. And we saw the Guanajuato people. They were walking down the hill. And as the boat was driving away... And it was 2:49 and we were like leaving and they were like trying to run down and they didn't make it. So what ended up happening was that on una lanchita, they like met us in the middle of the marina area.
Yeah. But at least they got them on.
Yeah, but it was insane. Y eso es cuando nosotros llegamos, it was already practically full.
Yeah. We
couldn't even find where to sit, so we just sat like around the bocina like area.
Yeah, and that's where we got burned.
Yeah, because me and Julie were like towards the edge and Marlene and Karen were like under the shade.
And we were like in the sun.
Yeah. But then on the tour there on the water, we saw where Pablo Escobar's, what was it? Like his house was?
It was one of his houses.
One of his houses. And Gina had said that there he had good access to water, land, and air. That's insane.
I don't think any of us mentioned that we wanted to see anything in regards to Pablo Escobar, right?
I don't really know much on him, so it's not like nothing crazy to me.
But we also kind of didn't want to because we knew that he wasn't a person to admire. You know what I mean?
Not in Medellin. What the guy that told us, the guy that took us home, the guy that took us from the airport had told us, because Julie asked him like, oh, like Pablo Escobar, like is
No, I asked him which tour was.
yeah, and he said the Pablo Escobar is not like the best one,
Mm-hmm.
but he explained it that like 50% of the people like are okay with him because of what he helped or whatever, but the other 50 aren't because he killed a lot of their family members.
Yeah, because there's people today, like not today, living today, that are still affected by the people who have died.
Yeah.
Like direct family members.
If it's not like uncles, brothers,
Yeah,
whatever. But yeah, so it's like in Medellin, it's like an iffy topic on Pablo Escobar because you don't know how the person is gonna react whether you ask them.
Right. So me personally, I didn't want to like. Not that I didn't want to go on the tour because it would have been like cool to go see the stuff, but I was like, hay gente que like la verdad sí está de luto with their family members y como para darle más vida a un señor que quitó a tantas, como que no. But when we were on that boat, it was pretty cool to see that.
Yeah, because it's like no nos la esperábamos.
So you saw one of his houses, and that island because it was on an island, and it had trees from all over the world.
That's what they said, that he wanted a whole bunch of trees, right?
And yeah, and in that island was where he put all different types of animals.
Yeah, his farm, right?
So the tour guide said this. The people on the boat said it. So that's why I'm not making anything up. That's exactly what they said. But you look at the house y está bombardeada.
What does that mean?
It was bombed.
Oh, yeah. They said that's the invaders.
Los Pepes, apparently eran los contras de Pablo Escobar, bombed the house. So you look at it and you're like, oh my God, like, his story is real, you guys.
Like, you know, in the novelas, you think it's like, oh, it's a novela. But, like, the novelas are getting it from somewhere, you know?
Yeah, and you look at it and you're like, he was there. Like, this guy, like, had so much money.
And so much power.
So, exactly.
Insane.
So when we saw that, we were like, oh my God, we were like amazed. And it was cool. I mean, it was something we didn't expect, you know?
Yeah. And then we had a good day, guys. Good day, right? Y yo no sé qué estuvo. That we were like, let's go out. When we got back home, we were like, let's go out. We got ready and whatever. Dude, worst mistake of our life.
It wasn't a mistake. It was awesome.
Well, it was a mistake the next morning. We went out. We went to Teatro Victoria.
Yes.
We were so excited. Like, oh, like the vibes, whatever. Dude, para decirte que... Para empezar, we were all fine, the vibes. We went to in the Teatro Victoria, son 3 niveles, right? We went to the bottom one. That was super ocho. And what was funny is that when we were at the house trying to look up what clubs were around, Julie brought it up. And then Karen was like, oh, but it looks really tiny. And that's where we ended up.
Yeah.
We ended up right there.
TikTok just gives you so much information nowadays.
It's insane.
It's good because, like, it's video and it's opinions. And you see people's comments. You're like, oh, yeah, it's good, it's good, it's good. So people had commented Super Ocho. And I was like, you guys, Super Ocho looks fun. And then, but we didn't know that it was
part of the teatro.
And the DJ was awesome, you guys. The drinks were good.
So we were, I think in total we had probably 4 margaritas. And Julie ordered us a shot. But what did you order a shot of?
It was tequila.
Oh, tequila. We were fine.
Because we're tequila girls, you guys.
Yes. But then we were in our own little table right next to the VIP. Like, we weren't in the VIP, but we were like in our little secluded near the bar in VIP. So ahí estábamos just vibing out, living life, you know, ha 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 ha. And daba una señora de Tampa.
Tampa, Florida.
That I don't know how it was that she como que se nos acercó, pero no con mala intención. She was like, oh my God, like, le pidió a la mesera to get shots for us, like little things, and ella tenía una botella de aguardiente. Never in my freaking life have I ever drank aguardiente. Ask me if I'll drink it again. Never in my life will I drink it again. Andábamos bien with the margaritas. Everything was fine. We drank the aguardiente. I don't know what happened.
You guys, aguardiente is disgusting. I don't know who drinks that for fun. I don't know
Colombians.
how you properly drink that.
I don't know, but in shots is not it.
It was, pero no le íbamos a despreciar el shot, you guys.
Yeah, porque lo hizo de buena. So we're like, oh yeah, like shots. But dude,
I feel that thing right here still. It was nasty.
Yeah, aguardiente was not it. And then my poor sister. Porque por lo menos my sister doesn't drink really.
I thought she did.
No, ella no se tomar. Not like that anyway, not heavy. But dude, she was going out.
But you
she
know
was
why
going
I thought
crazy.
she did? Because the first margarita she chugged that.
She was trying to feel something. I don't know.
I was like, damn. When she chugged that, I was like, okay, es de las mías.
No, but then after that, and then Karen went all out. Sorry, sister, I'm exposing you right now. But because towards, I think the third margarita, I was like taking it more slow because you and Karen chugged the first margarita like nothing.
But she was doing it before me, and I was like, I can't think back.
No, and then you guys were like, chug, chug, chug. And I was like, yo, like, I'm trying to like take it easy. Because yo ya no aguanto tanto. Ya se me estoy haciendo viejita.
Yeah.
So entonces, we were fine. And then Julie came with the shots after the second margarita.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, oh yeah, like whatever. And then after the first shot of aguardiente, I was like, oh my god, like I was there, but I was like I don't know, it didn't no me sentó bien.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't sit well. So I was like, ugh. And then I think we took another shot.
Yeah, because then she left the bottle on our table, you guys.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. Yo no le desprecié el shot, but yo soy bien buena para tomar. Like yo le entro a lo que
She's
caiga.
a heavy drinker.
But that shit was nasty. Like it was
like
too
escalofríos.
Yeah. And Karen went to the bathroom. We went to the bathroom. Me and Karen went to the bathroom because she had to use the restroom.
Okay, so what we did is para no ir todas al baño and leave the drinks así solos. So primero fue Julie and Karen to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw them come back and we're like, okay, like me and Marlene will go to the bathroom because we needed to go to the bathroom too. Y en eso que voy pasando, me agarra, like we like literally cross paths. Like Julie and Karen and me and Marlene were crossing paths at the same time. Y me agarra Karen de la nada. She's like, she looks at me, she's like, no. And I was like, wait, you're going to leave Julie by herself. I was like, why are you going to leave her by yourself? And then she's like, no, I'm going to throw up. Pero andaba bien en el baño contigo, right?
Yeah, it was like seconds.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened. What happened was because in the club itself, andaba like, they had like a fog machine and like it was hot and whatever. And then the bathroom was a little bit more cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no fog, no nothing. So I don't know if going to the bathroom was what messed her up or if everything just hit her at once.
Mm-hmm.
But she grabbed me. She's like, no, I'm going to throw up. So I was like, okay, like let's go to the bathroom. So entramos todas al baño and then Karen was fine. And then out of nowhere you see her over the sink and then she's like, no, I can't. And I was like, oh my god. So then Marlene's first instinct, she was like, no, maybe we should leave. And I was like, okay, let me go call Julie because Julie was still at the table. And then when I get there was random people with you.
Yeah, la mesera had come over. She's like, she put like a bucket of, I don't know what the hell they were going to drink. They're like, oh, van a venir dos personas. So I was like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like she put two people at her table.
Yeah.
So I guess regardless, even then we were going to have to go because ya no íbamos a estar tan a gusto.
No, yeah.
But she was like, Karen's done. And I was like, what? She was just fine.
I was like, we have to go. So ahí vamos todas al baño. When we get there, Karen's like leaning over the sink, all like almost throwing up. And then, I don't know, I think it was the bathroom. Because then when Marlene went into the bathroom too, was cuando le pegó también. And she's like, I need air.
Yeah, maybe because it was more fresher. I don't know.
Yeah, I really think it was the bathroom. And then Julie sends me and Marlene to go get water for Karen. Because Karen's done at this point.
Yeah, Karen's like over the toilet, like trying to throw up.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she did at one point, but she was trying.
She was trying y no tenía nada. Because the thing also that messed us up is que from lunch, we didn't eat anything else. So no teníamos como nada como que absorbing the alcohol.
Y todavía dije yo antes de entrar al bar, I'm like, I'm gonna find the first hot dog. I'm gonna eat the first hot dog I see.
Yeah.
Y se me olvidó. There was a hot dog right next to el teatro.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
We didn't eat anything after that. I'm going with Marlene to get water, and out of nowhere I see her like flip right going up the stairs. I'm like, where are you going? She's like, no, I can't. I have to get air. And I'm like, friend, you can't go by yourself. She's like, but I have to get air. She like runs up the stairs, and I'm like, what are you doing? The Provenza area, it's like the restaurant, and then there's a whole bunch of chairs in the middle, like para que la gente se siente, because the street is closed off both sides. Marlene sat down in a restaurant chair that ya estaba cerrado el restaurante, and the guy looked at us like we were crazy. Pero de ver tan borracha que estábamos, like no nos dijo nada. And Marlene's first instinct is to call Luis. But Luis, Oscar, and Junior had gone to Atlantic City. And then I'm like, okay, let me call Oscar. And I'm calling Oscar. And I'm like, Oscar, I'm drunk. My sister's drunk. Marlene is drunk. She's panicking over here. She needs air, but she's like, we see. And Oscar's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to go? Like, what do you want me to... He was so rude on the phone. I was like, I just need you to talk to me, you know? Like, obviously, like, the guys weren't going to come and save us all the way in Colombia. Like, we weren't expecting that. But it was like, it's just common sense. Like, I don't know. Like, just call. You know, be like, hey, I'm dying. Like, please. Like, in case I die, you're the last phone call. But in this moment, Julie's still downstairs waiting with Karen.
I was waiting for the water, you guys.
Yo seguía a Marlene outside because I'm like, I can't leave her by herself. And then, cuando menos pensamos, like, we're on the phone with Oscar. I'm on the phone with Oscar. She's on the phone with Luis. And then when we look over, I don't know, how did you do it? How did you bring her up?
I literally, well, I had texted them. I'm like, I was like, where are you guys? And then she answered. She was like, oh, Marlene needed air. We're outside. And I was like, no. I was like, they're not going to be able to come back in. Like, not because they couldn't be able to, but we were just all so passed out. There was no point of them coming back in. And point is, I told Karen, I'm like, Karen, you're not going to throw up. I was like, you just feel nauseous. I was like, we've all been in that position where you just feel nauseous and you're not going to be able to throw up. So what I did was to help her feel more secure. Donde estaba en el baño ella, I checked the garbage pail. I was like, okay, it has a bag. Que le doy la vuelta al pinche, la bolsa del bote, and I take the bag. I'm like, here, we're going to take a bag. So I pick her up and I put her on my shoulders. Like, her two hands like over my shoulders, and she was
like
behind me.
Like a piggyback.
But she was able to stand, so that's what helped me the most. But I was literally like getting her out. Like we said, we were in it was like kind of like the basement, right?
Yeah, it was a sótano.
So we had to go up to the ground level. And I told her, I'm like, Karen, all I need you to do is step. So I was pushing, like, carrying her, pushing her, like, as long as she
just
stepped,
dragging her up.
Just dragging her up. And that's what helped me, that she was like, I was like, all right, step. And she would just pick up her foot. I was just close your eyes and I'll grab you. And I was like walking out, and then I see Randy coming up to me. I was like, oh my God.
It's because we saw them, and it was so funny. Like, how do I explain it? It was like 4 drunk people, well, 3 drunkies trying to take care of a drunker. Like, it was that.
Because we were all bad, you guys. It
wasn't just Karen, but a Karen le pegó peor. I think because she was like chugging them, and then towards the end she was also drinking some of my drink too. She was like going
that's
in.
Why I told you. I was like, damn. I was like,
she was going in, and then it all hit her at once. And then my poor sister salió del DC, and she just kneeled in front of a tree. She just ahí quedó in front of a tree, and Julie was like, no, she needs to eat bread. So I went Julie to the hot dog stand.
I told the lady, I was like, me vende el pan del hot dog. She's like, te tengo que vender el hot dog completo. I was like, okay, pero nomás deme el pan.
Yeah. And then Julie comes back and tries to like shove the hot dog in Karen. She's like, she needs to eat this. And then we managed to carry Karen, like she was passed out. So entre dos, we put her to like the front. Dude, Karen over here, pobrecita, rezándole, pidiéndole, suplicándole a Dios que le ayudara. And then there was 2 guys that saw us, and we were like, oh my God, like, where can we get a taxi? Because the in-drive, Julie's the only one that really knew how to use the thing, and she was holding Karen. Entonces no sabíamos nosotras, like, me and Marlene couldn't figure it out.
But then I passed Karen to you guys, and then
Julie figured it out. But at this point, those muchachos had seen como andábamos, and then he asked me, he's like, you need a taxi? So he hauled a cab for us. We were walking over to the cab, and mind you, we were carrying Karen with a bag holding Karen toda desguanzada. And then once the cab sees us, he looks at us and he's like, nope. He drives off.
Yeah. He left us, you guys.
He left us there. And in my head, I'm like, dude, if all the cabs are going to do this, how the heck are we going to get back?
We ordered the in-drive, and I put the first offer in. It was 12,000 pesos, you guys.
12, yes.
And he accepted it. But when he arrived, I was like, I ran up to him. I'm like, I was like, he's going to see Karen.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, por favor, llévanos al lugar y le doy extra propina.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, está bien, súbanse. I was like, and I told him, I was like, we'll give you extra tip. We gave him 60,000 pesos, you guys.
Yeah. Because we just needed to get home.
We wanted to get home because we were like, imagínate si todos se nos volteaban, ¿cómo le íbamos a hacer?
We were not even walking would we have made it. And because with Karen así, no.
Yeah, no in the streets. If we don't know the streets or anything like that, I don't know.
Y todas perdidas, no, gracias. And then, but Karen no se quería salir del taxi. She's like, no, I don't want to get down. And then quedamos, I don't even know how we managed to get on the elevator correctly. We were perdidas.
We were all drunk, but it was just all certain levels of it.
Yeah.
On the elevator, we got into the room. Marlene couldn't even open the freaking door.
We were having struggling because over there it was like a keypad, so you had the code and then you would do it. Entonces they dropped off Karen at the toilet where it was our room, and then I tried I tried throwing up in the sink, but I couldn't, so I went to their bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marlene had to throw up, but she saw that Karen was on one toilet, I was on the other, so she had to use the sink. And then Julie was dying on the couch.
Yeah, because I was like, I can't. I didn't want to get up because I knew I was gonna throw up. And all I had my eyes closed, and I was just like, oh my god, and the room was spinning, you guys, spinning. Like, if you guys have ever gotten that drunk, you know what I mean. Like, you feel like your body's just going like in circles.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh my god, I can't get up.
But out of all of us, I think you looked the more sober.
Yeah, but I felt it like super bad. Yeah, well, the next day you're talking about?
No, just in general, like the whole thing.
Yeah. And I heard one throwing up on one end, one throwing up on the other, and then Marlon behind me. I was like, damn.
It was just bad.
I was just thankful, and I texted everyone in the group chat because we have a
with the guys group chat.
And I was like, we're home. That's all I texted. I was like, we're home, and that's all they needed to know.
Because we had called all of them, like you know.
And my brother's like, okay, good. Like that's literally like
para que no estuvieran pendiente.
Yeah. So then, yeah, that's what happened, and it was a blur, you guys.
It was bad, and then to top it off, we had scheduled como una 13 like tour at 9:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up waking up what time? Like 9 something. No, you guys woke up earlier because me and Karen I can't hang anymore. I really can't. We were done, and then Julie and Marlene hasta fueron a La Vaquita.
Yeah, the supermarket right next to us. We woke up like at 7:38, and I told Marlene, I was like, you think we'll make the tour? And then we were like, depending how they feel, like, because if they feel fine, we'll just get up and go. You know what I mean? But if they don't, then forget it. We'll just go on our own, like, later cuando se sientan mejor. Because that was the plan. We were going to go regardless. But it was whether we were going to go on a tour or we were going to go by ourselves.
Yeah.
And ya cuando miramos que se estaban acercando a las 9:30, ya we were, for sure, we knew that we were going to, ¿cómo se llama?
Cancel that one.
Cancel the tour, and we were going to go on our own. But before that, like Randy said, we went to La Vaquita, which is the supermarket, to get them Gatorades.
And Pedialyte.
And we got some, like, galletas saladas. Pues para de mínimo, we can have liquids, because we didn't have liquids.
No, we didn't, but we were unprepared in grocery aisle things.
Yeah, so we got back, and we saw it was 9:30 with Marlene, and the tour guide texted Marlene. He's like, oh, where are you? Like, hi, how are you guys? Like, where are you guys? And Marlene was like, oh, my friends aren't feeling well. Is there any way we can change you to the 1:30 tour?
Like later on in the day.
And thankfully they were able to do that.
Yeah. But then the ride there, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you. We were all struggling in the car. I was so out of it. Like, normally in the car, I have car anxiety when other people drive. I was so zoned out. I wasn't even noticing if the guy was going to crash, if he was going to run over the lady, and then going to that. Oh, my God. And then, so the only thing that was bothering me was the smell of the motos, because the motos use diesel, and the windows were down, and that one was like, I was on the verge of throwing up in the car ride to Comuna 13.
Really?
Yes. I was just fighting. I was like, please don't throw up, because I knew if I started throwing up, I was not going to stop. So then we got there early, and we went to a little, like, restaurant barrio. Like, it was like one of those restaurants that they tell you the menu. Like, they didn't have a menu.
Yeah.
Y ni comimos bien. Like, todos andábamos cruda. They almost fed Marlene chicken.
Yeah, you guys. So we told him, like, do you have, like, vegetarian options?
He's like, yeah, a plantain one. They gave her, like, she literally had to, like, she felt the chicken. She's like, no, guys, like, this is chicken.
Yeah. And then, well, yeah, then the lady, like, gave her, like, arroz y frijoles con una ensalada, and, you know?
Yeah, that much better. But while we were waiting in the restaurant, porque es uno de esos como de casa. Like, right outside your house.
Yeah, like mom and pop shop, you guys.
Yeah. Mind you, allá se maneja loco. Like, las motos se te meten, los bicycles,
los
everything.
carros también, you guys.
No respetan, like, las how would you, like, the
rules of the road?
Yeah, literally, rules of the road. Entonces, we were there, and a bicycle was going down in a car, literally T-boned the bicycle. Pobrecito tenía su corn, su maíz, como in the back of his bicycle, and he like flipped him over y le lastimó la mano bien feo, y estaba hasta peleando la señora en el carro, que pa' qué se metió y que quién sabe. And I was like, we were like, oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't see, because I was like, I had my back towards the accident. Pero de repente escuchaste la gente que echó el grito, and we're like, oh my God, what happened?
But what I did notice, and I found really nice, que todos se metieron a ayudar. Like, todos, hasta para limpiar el piso, limpiar el corn, todos, everybody that was looking, todos se metieron a ayudarle al señor o a limpiar ahí. That was really nice.
Yeah. But we got the full Colombian experience.
Yeah. And then after that, we looked at how far the stairs were. We're like, we're gonna walk that. We were crudísimas. We were fighting for our lives the whole time. And I don't know, but you know what brought us back to life, not gonna front, because our tour guide for that, I feel like we just had good tour guides.
Yeah, but her name was Janet.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll figure out the company later.
And then we'll link that down below. Pero with her parents own like a restaurant. Entonces ella nos disparó, like, you know, nos disparó some empanadas, chorizo, and little tostaditas. I'm not even joking. I think those empanadas brought me back to life.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Yeah, everything was good that she gave. She gave us a bomb at micheladas too. Well, me, because they weren't drinking.
I was trying to survive.
It was so good though. But la salchicha, la empanada, it was like a tostón, right? It was
yeah,
like,
con agallo.
Yeah, it was really good. Like, really good. But that tour was amazing, you guys. We'll try to link that down below, just so that you guys can, if you guys decide to go to Comuna 13. She has always lived in that barrio.
Yeah, she grew up there.
And when we started the tour, she seems kind of like, she gave me kind of like como like very strict vibes, like very like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then she started telling us her story that Comuna 13, for those of you guys who don't know, era un barrio muy peligroso. Like, people,
you weren't allowed to like walk in there.
Yeah, because if not, you get shot instantly.
Yeah.
And then multiple things that she explained to us that I don't want to say because I really don't know the correct history. Terms and the gangs and stuff like that. So I don't want to get too much into that. But just know that it was a very dangerous barrio, and now it's celebrated because it turned into like art and culture, right?
Yes, and performances and all that stuff.
So it's really nice now. But when she started explaining to us that she was born in this barrio, and that she was affected directly from everything that happened. Le mataron a un hermano.
Her uncle was like...
And her dad too, right?
I don't know. I don't think her dad. I think it was her uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her uncle and varios familiares from her were like directly killed because of all the things she was explaining. I was like, oh my God. Like, because when you go on tours, like, they just explain the history of it. But it's very different when it's like your history. Yeah,
and she showed us her house and everything.
Yeah. So it was very like kind of like in perspective. I'm like, damn, like they went through a lot like in the comuna, and I'm pretty sure other comunas too, because she explained to us that comunas are like the barrios. So then it was just like, wow.
And you respect it because you're like, and you appreciate what you're looking at, like everyone who's dancing, everyone who's showing their art, even the murals on the wall. They're all kind of just expressing everything that they went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the different things that the comuna means to them.
Yeah. So it was comuna for sure. It was, I think, my favorite part.
Yeah, mine too. The performances were just like so full of life and just so fun, and it's like I don't know. It was a good experience. Yeah. But if you guys ever go there, her restaurant,
it's called Hágale Pues Papá.
Yeah, her restaurant is Hágale Pues Papá. And the food there's just bomb. Julie's michelada was fire.
The michelada was bomb. The food, I am guessing, we didn't try like
food, but las empanaditas and the chorizo. I'm not really a chorizo person, like the sausage, but it was really good.
Yeah, and I'm guessing, and I'm probably betting all my money on it, that her restaurant upstairs is probably amazing.
Yeah, because it was like 3 levels. She also sells shirts and stuff. Like, she hustles hard.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it was an overall good experience. And then on our way down, Julie tried the best arepa in Colombia.
Dude, the arepa was bomb. And I ordered it because, like I said, I like to try stuff. And I wasn't going to order it, right?
Yeah, she was like, should we? Like, we were going down the hill. And then we went back for it. She's like, yeah, we should.
Because I was like, I'll try it like later. Maybe like later down the road, I'll find another one.
We didn't.
Thank God I tried it because
I couldn't. It is harder than you think. Because what I was more excited for was like the street food and whatever. No encontramos nada. We were looking like in the wrong spots.
Yeah, but my brother was telling me today, he was like, you guys didn't go to this one park. I forgot the name of the park.
Probably not.
And it was in El Centro. Remember, we didn't go to El Centro?
No, the Centro is pretty dangerous.
Yeah, so he was like, that's where all the street food was at. And I was like, well, that's why we didn't see any.
We were avoiding danger.
Yeah. So that wasn't our fault, but maybe there is, and you guys have better luck finding it. But that arepa was bomb, you guys. Era una arepa rellena de extra queso. And then they put lechera on top of it, you guys. And it gives it like a twist because it's salty and then it's dulce. It was amazing. Like, I died for it. I loved it. And I'm a dream of it until I'm able to go back.
Or unless she figures out how to make it.
Yeah, one of two things.
They were trying to figure out what ingredients went in to replicate it. But then after that, we were supposed to go out that night too.
Yeah, but
we were so like tired and still like hanging on for dear life that we had our little fancy schmancy on the balcony. We ordered pizza and then we had our little Coca-Cola. We were just there chismeando and it was such a vibe.
You guys, you don't understand how hard it was to order a pizza.
It is so complicated when you don't have a number from Colombia.
And then the addresses are just so weird over there.
They're like carretera, diagonal, what number.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole bunch of stuff that I'm just like.
And I'm like, Google says this. And he's like, but that doesn't come up. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But we got it.
And then what also happened, we were waiting for an hour for the food. Because we're like, we can't go out without eating porque no quería que nos volviera a pasar lo mismo. And then after an hour, Julie's like, the food's still not here. So then Julie calls and they couldn't find her order.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, nothing's in the system. And I'm like, let me not find out that this guy took so long to take our order and just not to take our order, you know?
Yeah. But because I was trying to explain to the lady, I was like, I don't have a phone number because I'm not you know what I mean? I was like, it's a U.S. number. You guys said you guys couldn't take U.S. numbers. And I went on and on and on. And when I was giving her the address, she's like, wait, they're telling me that they did take the order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, oh, so you guys took the order. Just let me know how far along he is. He's like, oh, he just got out, like 8 more minutes. Dicho y hecho llegó within the 8 minutes.
Yeah. But then by the time I was here, we were like, do you guys even want to go out? And we kind of were like, tired. Because we were like, since the moment we got there, we were like up and up like a C.
Yeah. And it's a lot of walking, you guys.
Yeah. No wonder Colombians are skinny. Because, dude, going up and down. Y eso es que what helped us out a lot was que no tuvimos que caminar como to town.
Yeah.
Because we were like maybe like 10 minutes from the pueblo of like Poblado and like Provenza, like those areas. Like the more like going out vibes.
Yeah.
But
it was a lot of walk. And we were tired. We were just like, let's just stay in. And we did, right?
And then we went to a little cute cafe. Like, Julie found it, girl. I don't know where you found it, but thank God you did.
It was in Los Laureles. It was called Le Branche.
Like, literally, La Brunch. But it was so aesthetic, too. But the food was just so good there, too.
Yeah. Everything. The pancakes, the eggs, and everything.
Like, yeah. Fire. If you go, I 10 out of 10 recommend. And then we were, like, thinking about what we were going to bring back. Dude, we were literally planning on bringing back an extra suitcase just full of food, souvenirs and all that stuff. Last minute we didn't even need it.
Yeah, no.
We would have regretted bringing it.
Yeah, but we were over like hasta el tope, you guys.
Yeah. So then after there we went to Pueblito Paisa where we bought majority of our souvenirs. Dude, Junior had told us con $300 American le hacíamos. Like the whole time que nos iba a sobrar dinero y eso sí. No, we literally had the night before we had to go to La Vaquita to take out. We took out $50, right? To make it. And even then we were like, what we were at the airport with like 30 pesos.
Yep. And then no, the good thing we took out money because I was gonna send it to Western Union, and the good thing you said because we were like,
because I don't know how Western Union works, but you said that like it takes 2 hours.
Yeah. But
we were confused on like it takes 2 hours from the day that like it's the hour it gets there or the hour they open.
Yeah, and then it was Sunday and we're like, it wasn't even open. And it was just a lot. We're like, let's just pull it out and we'll just pay the fee of
the transaction, like the international transaction one.
Yeah.
It was whatever. It would have been worse if we were using the card all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no nos alcanzó el dinero. Well, nos alcanzó to a point. Entonces ya we went out again on Sunday. But Sundays are kind of dead.
It was very dead, I think.
Like very dead vibes. Fuimos para decirte que we went to 2 clubs y no pagamos nada.
Yeah, because the entradas were gratis. I'm guessing that's why.
Yeah, and it was like maybe like 10, 20 like couple of people there. Like it wasn't anything crazy like como comparación el viernes. And then ya ni me imagino el sábado.
Dude.
El sábado probably would have been like lo doble del viernes.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. But we had good food in the what was it called? Pasada León or Pasado León?
Something like that.
We had...
It was like Tex-Mex.
Yeah. Well, it was considered Med-Mex. Yeah. Which is like Mediterranean, I guess. I don't know. But ahí andaban los picky eaters.
But it was good. I mean, nos llenamos con las empanadas, pero...
Yeah, and then, dude, going out to eat and then going clubbing is not a girl. yo ni me podía menear que tenía la comida hasta acá arriba.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And then Julie and then Julie nos ordenaba margaritas, but we were just having bad luck with margaritas because
Dude, they were like strong as hell.
they were trying to get us drunk, and me daba hasta escalofrío to drink it.
That shit was nasty. Like the first night, the Super Ocho, the way they made them that night, they were good. They tasted like nice margaritas and stuff.
Yeah, nothing heavy.
The ones we had that night,
Parecía puro alcohol.
Like puro alcohol. I was like, this shit's nasty. Like, it's like you can't, no la puedes disfrutar. Like, you're like asking me to pass out right now.
Yeah, and it wasn't it. Maybe that's what they wanted us. They wanted us
Porque
to get
entre más
drunk.
borrachas, más compras, más, you know?
Yeah, but no, it wasn't it. And then nos recogimos like a las 12 because we knew we had to wake up early.
Yeah.
So then nos levantamos. Our last day there, nos levantamos super, super early. We missed a big part.
We missed the...
We went to the parque.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the Parque RV, you guys. We didn't go inside, but we went to the outside of it.
To like the puestecitos. So, but what we did, we're so funny. After the Pueblito Paisa, that's where I just skipped the whole thing. Sorry, friends. After Pueblito Paisa, we took an in drive all the way to San Diego Station. I mean, Santo Domingo, right?
Yeah.
Santo Domingo Station.
Because when we were in Pueblito Paisa, the people at the stores kind of explained how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also saying how he couldn't really explain us like completely because he doesn't know exactly where we're gonna end up.
Yeah, what station or what side or nothing.
But the one thing that we did like grab was that he said you grab the thing, what is it, cable carts?
The Metro Cables at Santo Domingo.
At Santo Domingo Station.
Mm-hmm.
So then I told Marlene, I was like, either we can go to any station, because that's what the guy has said. We can go to any station and then grab a train, and then from there we have to go to Santo Domingo, and then from there we have to go to the Metro Cables. Or we can just get in and drive, go straight to
Santo Domingo Station.
And then get on the carts. And we decided with the option 2 because we didn't want to get lost.
Yes, which was great because there we saw, like, we went into like the barrio. Like, guys, it was different. It wasn't anything like Provenza, Poblado, like touristic. That was like authentic Colombian. Toda la gente, like, crossing. It was just different. It
was a little scary because it was just so much. But it was Colombia, you guys.
Yeah.
Tú miraba las calles. Like, in Medellin, it's the city. They have it nice and clean. They kind of more spaced out. A lot of greenery.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to los barrios, you guys, it's all hills. It's all mountains. It's all houses. Are there trees in between them?
Not really. There's just house.
Mm-hmm. So when we were seeing all that, we were like, oh, my God.
I was a little intimidated at first.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm like, where are we going?
Yeah, I even checked. I told Marlene, check the map.
Yeah, y es todo de subida. Y nosotros así, uy, scary. The park we were going to is like a national park. So it's like a hiking trails kind of park. But literally before you enter the park, there's like little stands.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we were going for, the stands. And just to have the Metro Cable experience because it was so cool. The Metro Cables are like practically like it's like a tramway, but like very long.
Yeah. The thing is that while we were almost arriving to the to the station, we saw me and the driver saw this one girl, like a Colombian girl. She was going to dump the trash in the street. No, she was going to dump it in the canasta. Like in the dumpster. But like, let's say she had to swing left to throw it in. I don't know how the hell she swung left. And the bag almost hit the
like went in the car.
And the guy was like, he's like, you don't know, like, I forgot what word he said, like, because they're Colombian or whatever. But I started laughing, and then he was like, he's like, van a ir a Parque RV.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, vamos hacia allá. And then he was like, pero tengan cuidado because cuando tú te metes a Parque RV, like, hasta adentro, hay gente que se dedica
like a robar.
So he's like, nomás tengan mucho cuidado y también, no sé, like, he told us to come back, like, early, right?
Because the Metro Cable stopped working at 6.
And then I told him, I was like, pues en realidad, we're not going into the park. We kind of just want to get on the carts, walk around right there where the stands are, and then come back.
Yeah, that was our plan.
That was the plan. And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, pero nomás les digo que tengan cuidado porque si roban y tal cosa. And then I told him, I'm like, y para regresarnos to where we were.
Yeah, like back to like near Poblado.
And then he's like, so when he pulled over to drop us off, he was like, all right. He's like, you're gonna get on this one, right? To go to the RV. He's like, you're going on that one. That one's going to take you to Parque RV. And then, cuando tú regreses, te subes otra vez al mismo, vas a bajarte aquí. Luego vas a agarrar otro, what are they called?
Metrocables.
Metrocable. Vas a agarrar otro metrocable y vas a ir hasta abajo. And he was giving us the names, but I'm like, since it's like kind of like...
I think it was like Acevedo.
Acevedo, ajá. And he was like, te vas a bajar en el Acevedo. Like, Estación Acevedo. And then I was like, Acevedo. Like, I was trying to remember Acevedo. And then he was like, cuando veas el río, te bajas. He's like, tú vas a ver el río. He's like, ahí te bajas. And then he was like, I was like, okay. And then he was like, and from there, you get on the train and go to El Poblado.
Yeah.
Del Poblado, agarras un carro y te van a correr
like
6
nothing in comparison, because we paid like over, I think it was like 30 to go up, because it was a long ride.
Yeah, and it was long. He was like, most of the times I charge this one like 40 to 50,000 pesos, but right now it's Sunday, it's slow. He's like, I took it for the price that he did it at. And we're like, okay. So we were thankful that he gave us instructions to get up to RV. And we went up, right? No issues.
Yeah, we went up. Dude, I was scared at first. And then Julie over here con su música queriendo torquear allá arriba en el aire. It's like, amiga, ya. like it was, the views were insane. Like, you see everybody, like, you could like literally see everybody's house, like anything. It's a different experience porque estás in the middle of the freaking air. Like, like, por si me caigo con mis amigas.
Pero vamos subiendo y las casas todavía están aquí a tu pie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because they come up the hill, like the mountains.
It goes so high up.
Yeah.
Entonces, cuando llegamos allá al Parque RV, because duró like probably like a good 30 minutes to go up there in Metrocable.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, like 30 minutes. Karen was like timing it. She was like stressed out. She's like, how long does it take? Because we were not trying to get stuck over on that side, because the only way back down is through like probably El Bosque. If you missed the cable cars.
Right.
Entonces, we got there, we saw the little stands, and we got like some fresas con crema.
Yeah, they were.
Y nos pusimos ahí a hablar, you know, talk about life.
It was relaxing.
Yeah, until it was like 4:30. Then Karen was like, it gives us enough time to go all the way down.
Yeah, it's true.
Entonces, going up, it was just the 4 of us. And then coming back down, nos metimos las 4 y se meten otros 2 muchachos. And at first we were like, ugh. Like, nah, I can't like be comfortable, like, in sabe, whatever. Yeah. And we were also like, ¿qué tal si, like, in my head I'm like, what if these people are like con malas intenciones, you know?
Yeah. And
I don't know how it was. I don't know who initiated the conversation.
It's because they were looking at a map. They were looking at, because the little cart that we were on had a map on the thing, and one of them was explaining to the other one where they had to go. And then Karen was like, ask them, like, she was like, ask them like how to get to. And then I was like, we just have to, because I was in my head, I was like, we just have to get to Acevedo. And then I was like, let me ask them. So I told him, I was like, ¿cómo le podemos hacer para llegar
al poblado?
Al poblado. El poblado, right?
El poblado.
And then he was like, pero qué parte del poblado van? And then we're like, I don't know. Like, we're just in el poblado. We don't know exactly, like,
what area or what side or nothing.
And then I was like, pero nomás ocupamos llegar allí, de ahí agarramos un carro. Pero sabemos que somos del poblado. And then he was like, oh, pues nosotros vamos para esos rumbos. He's like, but he still explained to us. But basically, it was like a blessing in disguise, because he guided us to where we needed to go. Yeah.
Like, and then it was so funny because we were there talking, because one of them was like born in Medellin. Like, he was from Medellin. He knew everything. And then his friend was from Cali, which is a different area of Colombia. And then we were there talking, and then one of them had visited New York, so we're exchanging like stories and all that stuff. So it was fun, you know, like it wasn't scary. I was scared at first. I'm like, oh my god, like I don't know these people, like what the heck, like you know. Pero entonces when we got down, we were like practically siguiéndolos, and then we had to, when we got down at the metro cable from RV, entonces we had to go take the other metro cable to Acevedo.
Correct.
And the good thing they were there, because no sabíamos ni cómo.
Yeah.
Entonces, nos explicó que teníamos que comprar una tarjetita como si fuera like regular subway card. And you just put money in it and you pay to go to the stuff. And then my poor sister, she asked him, she's like, can you please wait for us? Please wait for us. Like, and then he was like, they were all nice. They were like, yeah, like, we'll wait for you guys. No problem. So entonces, we paid for the thing. We were in the stuff, and we were still just talking. And the good thing, they led us to where the train was, porque había, like, obviously, like, the train works both ways, like it does here, but we weren't gonna know which one went where.
Exactly.
And then even then, like, their trains feel like subways to us.
Yeah, but it was like so clean, you guys.
Yeah. What we did notice is that they take very much pride in their stuff, and obviously they want to, like, the stuff that they use, like the metro cables, the metro, all that stuff, look, mantienen limpio because es cosas que tienen orgullo y todo eso, ¿no? Not like here. Here people don't care.
Yeah, so the guy was like, all right, let's get on this train. And then he's like, and I'll tell you guys when you have to get off. And then after a while, I was just, because nos tocó por la puerta, ¿da?
Yeah, thank God.
Y yo empecé a mirar los letreros, and I was like, oh, I would see like the next stop and the next stop. And I don't think we would have been able, well, maybe we would have been able to do it by ourselves, but it would have taken us much longer. But it was a blessing because he literally guided us right where we needed to be.
Yeah, and then he even told us, he's like, the next stop, you guys get out. We're like, thank you so much for helping us.
Exactly, and when we got off, we were like, thank you so much. It was like a pleasure to meet you guys. And we got off the train station, you guys, and we were right in the corner where we were like past every day. Yeah. We just didn't know it was a train station.
Yeah, we didn't know it was a train station. And then we looked up and it said Metro Poblado, and we're like, oh, like it's a train station. And those ahí vamos to buy bread.
Yeah, más pan de bonos to try.
And then Julie was saying, oh, guys, like, it's fine. And I was like, maybe we shouldn't wait down here. We shouldn't wait down here because I'm like, la gente, obviamente, si ven que es metro, like, they're gonna be like asking for money and whatever, like that kind of thing.
And Randy's like, we should go up there. And I was like, I think we should be okay though.
Yeah, and Julie was like, no, it's fine, like nothing's gonna happen. Se nos acerca a trans person. And it's not even bad or whatever, but she, they, who, whatever, I don't know what they like identify as, pero nos contó toda su historia. She was like, I need money and I can't do work, and then she can't even sell herself because she has HIV, quién sabe. And she was telling us the whole thing, and I had literally spent all my money on the pan de bono, and I was short on money as it is, so I was like, I just spent it all over there. And then Julie was like, I take back what I said, let's go back up there.
I was like, I take back what I said, you guys. Yeah, we went up and waited for the freaking in-drive. That took forever. He was like lost.
We had to cancel on that one and get a new one.
Yeah, another one like came and everything. Did you notice that like they were all like bien calladitos, right? Bien calmados.
Yeah, they were probably like, ¿qué tal estas locas me quieren aquí hablar?
But yeah, so that was that day. And did we go out that day? Oh, that's
we went out to but the nightlife on a Sunday is dead, and a lot of places don't open on Sundays. We were looking at that too when we were going to the brunch. A lot of places don't open. I was surprised.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Se respeta el día de descanso.
They respect.
Lucky them.
Good for them. But that's what happened. Oh, but when we bought the pan de bono, because I had wanted to bring some home, because my brother was like, if you don't bring me a pan de bono,
I'm not picking you up from the airport.
Yeah, so I was like, and I wanted my parents to try it too and stuff like that. So I asked the lady, I was like, oh, what time do you guys open tomorrow morning? Like, because we were leaving tomorrow, like Monday. And she's like, abrimos a las 4 de la mañana. And I was like, tan temprano? She's like, yeah. So
ahí vamos temprano.
Yeah, what time we wake up? We woke up like at 6.
We woke up at 6 and we were out the door by like 7.
And we went to go buy the pan de bonos, the
empanadas. Oh, the buñuelos are so good.
Yeah, you guys.
Me traje 10.
Yeah, especially like, did your mom like them?
I don't know. She hasn't tried anything. Everything's still in my bag.
But they were so good, you guys, and bien suavecitos y todo eso.
No.
And then we went back home. Why did we go to La Vaquita? Oh, we wanted to get empanadas de papa.
But no tenían. But the empanadas de papa, I don't think I've ever tried them here, but over there they're so good.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite.
They were so good, but they didn't have any, so we couldn't bring back.
Yeah. Y entonces we got back home like 8 y algo.
And
that was we went out so early, and we had so much time, it was suspicious.
Yeah.
It was suspicious. I can't even talk. It was so suspicious that we were like literally like, this doesn't feel right, because we literally run everywhere. We live off of anxiety, so like we're always late, we're always running, we're always stressed. So the fact that we were like done early, I'm like, something's wrong. Entonces I had booked the pickup time at 11, and then Marlon se puso a pensar. It was like, we're international flight because we're flying back to Florida, right? So international flight, that's like should be 3 hours, and then it's a 30-minute drive. I'm like, no, we won't make it at 11 because our flight was gonna depart at, I think it was 1:45.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh no. So I text the guy. I'm like, hey, do you think you could pick us up earlier? And he's like, okay, I can do 10. And thank God we did 10.
Yep.
Because even then, when we got to the airport, llegamos como 10:30. So we paid the guy, and he helped us with the bags down, todo. We went to go check in, and then Julie looked over. She's like, guys, they might make us check in our bags. because they were like giving tags y todo eso así.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we couldn't afford to check in our bags at all. Entonces,
And I thought, you guys, because I fly domestic often. I don't, but international, the farthest I've gone is Mexico. And when I fly domestic, when you check your bag in, it goes to your last destination. But apparently international doesn't work like that, and specifically in Fort Lauderdale.
no.
So thankfully to all the Jesus and everything that we didn't check our bags in. Because when we got to the airport, we were checking in on the kiosk, the computer. And the lady kind of came up to us. She's like, oh, if you guys are JetBlue, you guys can't check in here. You guys have to go to the
front desk.
And
So then, and that's when she told us, because we knew going into Colombia we needed to do the check meg, but we didn't know coming out of Colombia you needed to do it too. So ya andábamos rápido haciendo el check meg, and then we all had all finished, and then poor Marlene never pressed, like she just done and didn't screenshot it.
Yeah.
So then she was stressing out. She couldn't get an email, and the girl was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna take like a week to get your email." And then she was like, "What do we do now?" So the girl, thank God, she let us through. It was fine. And then at the front desk, también queríamos que chequearan our bags.
They were like, it's free of charge and stuff like that. And then, no, we just were like, no, it's because we have a escala.
Yeah. And then also, I don't know if that's everywhere, because I've never had this experience with Volaris or anything. And even JetBlue domestically, I've never had that experience. But internationally, I don't know how it is. You can only have 2 items on you on your person. And your duty bag, like your duty-free bag, is considered an item as well.
It was so annoying, you guys. In Volaris, nunca me había pasado.
Never.
Basically, what they mean is, and I think it's not JetBlue, because domestically they don't care either. I think it was just that airport, those workers, because they basically said that if you buy anything inside the airport, like after you pass TSA, like it has to fit in your bag, because if not, it's gonna be an extra item. And you're only allowed 2 things.
Like, para decirte, I literally had a crossbody, like, belt bag. And the guy told me, he's like, you're only allowed 2 items. Like, it was on my person, like, not bothering anybody. He's like, no, 2 items. I had to shove my my crossbody belt bag into my personal bag, because si no me iban a hacer mucho problema de eso.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't believe it. Like, I was, like, in shock. Like, I was literally in shock, because every single time I come back from Mexico, the times I've come back, siempre me traigo botellas and cigarros en la mano. I buy them at the airport and I carry them. Same thing in Cancun, right?
Yeah.
All my friends helped me buy, because my dad is a smoker, and he buys.
It's cheaper outside the country.
It's cheaper outside the country, so I always bring them back, or whoever can brings them back. And when we went to Cancun, it was no issue. Everyone had their bag, right? Y no pasó nada. But in this one, he literally was like, no. He's like, you guys have to make sure it fits in your thing.
Yeah.
Y fui a comprar los cigarros y todo, and I told the guy, I was like, el señor me dijo que no podía llevarla en la mano. And he was like, qué raro. He's like, siempre la gente se la lleva en las manos.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, but I was like, pero me la está haciendo de pedo. But thankfully, Randy made space to help me with 1 box. And
we were playing like Tetris, because I had to shove like a shirt and 2 and my hats that I had brought back for my dad into Marlene's bag, and then I had to give Karen another one of my items so I can make space for Julie's dad's cigarettes, so para que cubiera todo, and also the stuff. So we were like over there helping out all each other.
Yeah, and I told my mom, I was like, I'm just going to bring 1 box back, because that's the one that fit in my bag. And it even didn't fit. I was like, you guys wanted 2 personal items? There's 2. My bag's
didn't close.
My bag did not close. I was like, those are 2 personal items? No me pueden decir nada. And it was open. My bag was open. And
but at first we thought the guy was just haciendo la de problema, but no.
Yeah.
Then when we were about to board, the same guy that had told us at the front was there. So he knows, because before you board, they ask you like, oh, have you left your bag anywhere? Are you the one that packed it? Like, security questions. He was the one that checked us in, and he was the one that asked us the questions. And he was like, from the front to here, have you left your bag anywhere by yourself, like that anybody could touch it, like lo que sea, no? Entonces, he was like checking us to make sure que solo tenían los 2 items.
Yeah.
Y a mucha gente, yo vi una señora al lado de nosotros que they were telling her like, you need to shove it in your bag or you can't take it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? I've never experienced that.
It was so much. And then the flight was 15 minutes late, you guys.
They delayed the flight, but then our flight from Florida to New York was still the same. Y de por sí, we didn't have a lot of time. But decirte, we landed in Florida at 6:30, and the other flight started boarding 7:49, and we still had to pass through customs.
Yeah. So once we got on the plane in Colombia, we asked the flight attendant, we're like, hey, listen, we have a really short connection. Is there any way you can help us get off this plane
Like
so
fast.
we can run to customs? There was no point to that. The guy um the flight attendant helped us get off.
Yeah, shout out Omar from JetBlue. You're amazing.
Yes, he helped us get off, but there was no point. Why? Because when we arrived to customs, they were holding everyone back. They were going like by flights, and it was so annoying, you guys.
I've never had to do that.
Never.
Like by flights, like bajas, llegas, like whatever.
But everyone was complaining. Everyone was saying it was Fort Lauderdale's way of
doing
functioning.
flights.
And they were also saying how all international airports, you get your luggage after you go through customs.
And here, no.
And here, no, you have to get your checked bag first and then go to customs. So thank you, Jesus Lord, we did not check in our bags. Because people were waiting for their bags and we were already online.
Yeah, thank God. And it was so many flights coming in at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Parecianos freaking bulls running around.
Yeah.
And oh my God, we ran so fast. And I was so pissed because I'm like, I ran for nothing. Like I literally ran for nothing.
Yeah, I was so mad because we ran. But we finally went through customs. And what time did we get out of customs?
Customs, I think it was like 7:10.
Yeah, so we
No. It was like, it was before 7:20.
Yeah.
Because then to top it off, the international flights are in one building and our other flight was in like the other building. So we went up to like the sky bridge and we had to run across the parking lot. Then from the parking lot, enter the other sky bridge to Terminal 3. Then from there, go through TSA all over again. And then me and Marlene had bought candles in Colombia in the parque, and in the Parque Arby.
Mm-hmm.
They were like the clear candles, you know, they do the flowers and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we had gotten one for our moms. They stopped our bags. They were checking them to make sure que esa cosa. We were like over here stressed. We literally had under 10 minutes to make it to the flight.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ran and we got there 7:45
Mm-hmm.
to the gate.
Yeah.
And then we still had time, so we went to go get snacks.
And we used the restroom because we had to use the restroom so bad.
But we didn't want to use it because we're like, what if we hold us back?
Yeah.
So ahí entramos al baño rápido. We got our snacks, our sandwiches y todo. And thankfully, we made it to the flight.
Yeah, so we were 100% sure we weren't going to make it.
We were like over here stressing. We're like, because we got an airport closer to us. But worst case, they were going to send us all the way to the city.
Mm-hmm. Worst case, because...
Like, worst case, yeah.
What Randy was also saying was that we have to be lucky that there's actually seats enough seats for us to actually get on that one. You know what I mean?
If not, we didn't know when they would... Because the lady, when they were holding the flights back... before you enter customs, the lady was like, we know that some of you have connecting flights. In case you miss your connecting flight, like, go to the front desk. They will reschedule you. There's people there. They'll get you on another flight. But our thing is that one thing, okay, they'll reschedule us, no free charge, whatever. But the thing is, though, me and Julie had to work the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Like today. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday we came back to the country. Hello.
Yes.
We're over here grinding for you. Thank you. Pero that was one thing. I'm like, worst case, like, I could just run payroll on Julie's iPad. That wasn't the issue. The issue is that we didn't know if, like, we had to reschedule a flight. When was the next available flight? Because we had the whole day, all the flights have been really full. There was 4 of us. Like, when were they going to find, like, space for all 4? So, but thankfully we made it. And there was hella rude people.
Yeah, there was, like, when we arrived to the gate, they were boarding A and B, like groups A and B, and we were group B. And right when I was walking to get checked into the flight, Marlene was in front of me, I was behind Marlene,
and there was a lady.
And they called group
C and
D. Y se metió a la fuerza. She was, oh my God, I've never met someone so entitled. She caught Karen and Randy, she cut them off. And then I was like, I looked back at her and I was like, she's with us, and she like totally ignored me. And then I told Marlene, I was like, let her go through, because she's not gonna let her go through. Like, she's not gonna let Randy and Karen not like go through. But so rude, like, she seems so entitled. You know what I mean?
Like, we're going on the same flight. Like, I was just trying to go with my friends, loser. But then Julie let them through or whatever, and the lady was right in front of us. Like, she was and Karen is so funny. She's like, fucking bitch. Like, and then Marlene was like, she's like, I don't care. Like, my sister's so funny. But then I ended up cutting a lady. I cut a lady in front. She was like, oh my God, she just cut the line. I looked back and I'm like, can I help you? Like, I'm trying to make this fight, girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank God. And then we were so relaxed. We literally let, like, majority of people leave. We were not stressed. This was the only flight we were not stressed to get off. And we landed early. We were supposed to land at like 11:30. We landed like 10:30.
Yeah. No, yeah, like 10:30.
Like 10:30.
And yeah, the flight was amazing. I didn't think it had that much turbulence, right?
No, it was smooth. I was awake the whole flight. To tell you, for the Medellin flight, I popped in two Dramamines, and I knocked out majority of the flight. I didn't feel nothing. And then the only thing on the flight was, you know how they sell the little go boxes? A lady right next to me got like a weird one that had like artichokes and hummus or whatever. Bro, it smelled so bad. I wanted to like throw up.
She knocked the fuck out when she got on the plane.
Yeah. She even bought a blanket. Like, she bought it from the airline.
Really?
Yeah, she bought a blanket and she bought her little go box. But I was like, it smelled so bad. It literally smelled like she had like rancio armpits. It smelled so bad. But yeah, then getting off, it was such a breeze. We were like unstressed. It was like finally. But I was so exhausted. But I tried not to sleep on the second flight just to make sure I can sleep when I get home because I knew I had to work.
Mm-hmm. And the TVs weren't working, at least in the row that me and Marls were in. Work, so just me and Marls were just talking there. And like, I couldn't go to sleep because I had fallen asleep on the first one. So we were just there, and thankfully everything was fine. We got back home safe and sound.
Yes, we made it back. Don't you worry. Aki will be broadcasting more cheeseman for you. Don't you worry now.
Yeah, but it was an amazing trip. I loved it.
Yep. Julie was like hesitant at first. She's like, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm scared. Like she was. I feel like out of all of us, you were more like nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was having like really bad anxiety over it.
Yeah, and I think it was just overthinking everything. I mean, it's good to go prepared. I think that's amazing. Know your stuff when you go over, pero también no la pienses mucho, because then.
No, porque not for nothing. Si algo malo va a pasar, it's gonna happen regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Pero obviamente vas prevenida and all that stuff. But
yeah,
other than
but
that,
God has proven to me that He loves me and He takes care of me always and forever, because how we made that flight, God only knows.
Literally,
the fact that we had to go through TSA in Fort Lauderdale and there was no line whatsoever.
And the guy was even helping us.
Yeah.
Like, the TSA agent, he was like, no, I get it. Because Julie was like, we gotta make a flight. He's like, no, I get it. So he even, like, made us go through, like, the shorter line because the lady was holding up the line we were in. And then even when we were going through the machine, we were there online for, like, 2 minutes. And then another agent came and he was like, no, just go through here.
Yeah,
like, even then, it was just, like, things were lining up. It was just, overall, I feel like
God was like, you're going home.
Yeah, like, you guys are not missing this flight. And then duramos más in the airport waiting for the guys to pick us up, no?
Yeah.
We were just there.
We landed early and...
Yeah, they were like, oh, okay, I guess we'll go now. But yeah, that was our experience in Colombia. Overall, it was a very, very nice trip.
It was beautiful. I loved the food, the culture. Well, the food was all right, but it was good to taste and
to experience a different thing.
Yeah, and just the way they live life over there, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then my favorite part is their accent. Their accent is amazing. I love their accent.
Yeah, some words I don't understand, but I like to hear it.
Yeah.
they use a lot of, like, it's crazy because when we were at the restaurant ordering, like, the girl was trying to explain to us in Spanish what it was, but since we didn't know what word she was using, like, it was hard for us to understand.
And it was Spanish. It was the same language.
It was just the different vocabulary that they used that was so different.
Yeah. And then I just want to say something that my brother was like, just make sure you guys aren't, before we left, he was like, make sure you guys just don't cause too much attention to yourselves. Make sure you guys don't cause too much attention towards yourself because you're tourists, right?
Mm-hmm. But they'll know.
And they know. So if you're going to Colombia, don't stress it. They know you're not from there.
Yeah.
Specifically me, I said it to the girls. I was like, wait, they're going to know I'm a tourist.
Just the way Julie talks Spanish, you could tell she's, like, Mexican.
Yeah, I look like straight up,
like,
rancho vibes over there.
When we were introducing each other at the Comuna 13, they were like, oh, like, I went, Karen went, Marlene. And then Julie talked, and the girl was like, you're Mexican, right? And then Julie was like, mm-hmm. And, like, Julie walks with a nopal in the frente, honestly.
Yeah, so don't stress it. If you guys are going out to a different country and you guys are trying to blend in, you're not going to.
No, even if you try. We tried, and it didn't work.
Yeah, and at least in Medellin, they respect their tourists a lot. Like we said, no den papaya porque si buscan encuentran.
Exactly.
But overall, I didn't see anything that I felt was uncomfortable or unsafe.
No, I felt pretty safe the whole trip.
But it was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, I 10 out of 10 recommend. At least once in your life. You don't have to go, like, every time, but, like, at least once.
Yeah. Overall, they said Cartagena is also beautiful. Las playas del Pacífico. So maybe in the future we'll go, and God never knows. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I'm down for Cartagena. Just I have to take the Dramamine. the ocean is not my friend on turbulence.
Yeah, I think the ocean is the one that I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. If you're a pilot, please let me know. What causes turbulence?
The airflow, I think that's what it is. But it's most likely the water, the unstableness of the ocean, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be it for our Colombia trip, guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Just an India Podcast. And our own personal Instagram and TikToks will be linked down below.
Yeah, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. We enjoyed telling you our story at Medellin, Colombia. And we wish you guys a happy week.
See you guys next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.